Hello and welcome to another Epinode.
I love it.
Fucking Epinode.
I've had a break, okay? Hello and welcome to another episode of The Tavern. I'm your host, Glenn. And with me today we have...
Me, Kaif.
I'm Glenn.
Dale.
He broke it. Cuts to Daz. He's like,
For anybody,
Too many Glens.
we're gonna keep this bit in, but the second camera's battery just died as we swapped over to them.
I'm Dale.
That's what like everyone introduced themselves. And everyone's like, yeah, I'm Dale.
I'm Dale.
I'm Dale too.
I'm
I'm gonna say I'm Glenn.
This is Dale 3.
No, that's still 3 and 4.
He's like, not today, boys. Not today.
It's not exactly a fucking spring chicken. Like, come on. Let's be honest here. Like,
Well,
fucking
so
hell.
Joe was allowed to do it because he's not fat.
Yeah. Well, am I not allowed to do it because I'm fat?
If anything, I'm allowed to do it more because I'm fat, you know?
What? You fat phobic as well as hating Americans? Wow.
What? I don't hate Americans.
Oh
Just
man,
hates America.
I can't believe it. Honestly, I love America. I found out America is 25% of my audience. I love America. Stars and
Thank
stripes, baby.
That's
Keep the money
democracy,
coming.
that
Anyway, good to go.
Right, yeah. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Tavern with your host, Dale. Here we have...
Kaif.
Glenn.
Dale.
Sam.
That was good. That was good.
So, I'm finally back. I've been away. I've been away for a month.
He's back. He's back.
Had a great time, by the way.
He got his dick
No one
sucked.
Thanks, guys. I'm glad you all missed me. But, yeah.
He saw himself on screen and went, oh.
You just scare yourself.
No, I was like readjusting and he just swapped to me. Like,
Oh.
Glenn, give us your best yar.
yeah.
That was a yeah.
Why the fuck do we get it?
Yeah.
Oh, it just makes me think of Lily. They're fucking.
Oh, my fucking text tone's still up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Someone just text me, you'll hear it.
Is that actually your...
I love, right?
You text
the
her.
group camera is just Glenn.
That's what I mean. Like, it's like, look.
Just lean in a bit to...
Oh man, I think we should.
That
we should keep it in.
Yeah.
Or Glenn, if every time you laugh, just go.
You could scooch up the Daz a bit.
Oh,
It
that's
doesn't
effort.
really
I
matter,
gotta
fuck
be,
it.
yeah, fuck it.
I think that's fucking funny, to be honest.
I think it's funny.
Text me on WhatsApp.
Go on. Go
My
ahead.
phone's in there.
I'm controlling the camera,
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna fucking do that. Oh, I just realized you can't see me with this in my hand on the cameras, but in the like the top down one, you see me.
Okay, so shall we just jump straight into it?
Yeah.
Right. So what we're going to look at today is we're going to look at Ninja and his recent situation. So Ninja, if you didn't all know, recently just rage quit Fortnite, rage quit stream, and now he's gone, yeah?
Yeah.
He's out on a break. I think he's suspended his social
Twitch
media
partner,
accounts as
yeah.
well.
I
He
mean,
got rid of his Twitch.
the big question is, right? Let's say you're burning out, because we've seen like tons of creators, take breaks.
Yeah.
Have any of them ever changed their profile picture to the default, changed their name to user not found?
Yeah, I was going to say
Changed
the
their
username.
banner on Twitter.
So is that just a name change then? He hasn't just
His name changed.
He's
it.
literally-
suspended
Oh, he
the
did it
account?
himself.
He's-
Because
Yeah.
if
So
if
I
it was
changed the
a
account.
deleted
he's
account, it would
changed
say
his
it was
Twitter
deleted.
name to user not found. He's still there.
And the wording of his tweet says,
Where?
that, I don't know when I'll be back or where.
Oh wait, yeah.
And he says that at the end
he
of his
says
Twitch
that at the
streams
end of the
as well.
stream.
Yeah.
So do you think it's that was the point I was trying to get to? Do you think it's purposefully like a dramatic end, like
Yeah.
a bit
Too
of a
dramatic.
stunt, a publicity thing, like
I guess we won't know Well, we will.
We'll know the moment
We'll
he
know
comes
as time
back on a
goes
different
on. Like,
platform, yeah.
he either comes back and you find him on YouTube, or he comes back to Twitch and he goes, I'm back now. I had a rough time. You know,
It'll literally be
It is a
in 2
strange-
weeks' time. He'll suddenly appear on YouTube going, "Hi, I'm back."
So do you think YouTube is the place to go?
Where
Either
else?
way, though, it's like whatever he's done, it's got lots of people talking
I
about
mean,
it.
yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Like, if that's
don't
the
know,
case, it was a publicity thing.
I feel like if you
It has to be.
if you use like creator burnout for a bit of PR, bit of a twat.
yeah, no, it's a bad thing.
But
Say,
I
if
don't
you
think-
genuinely burn out.
I
you
don't think we'll
do
ever
that.
know. Maybe you know, he's burnt out and then he gets offered YouTube, or he's burnt out and he uses it as PR, or he's burnt out and he just comes back to Twitch. We'll never know.
We have to all keep in mind as well is Ninja is the person who ditched Twitch to go to Mixer, talked about it, saying it was amazing. Then it died, and he moved back to Twitch, going, "Yeah, Twitch is awesome."
Mate,
So it
I always
doesn't
love
hurt.
Twitch.
anyone pays you 30 million, you telling them they're awesome. Like,
But
I
mean,
100%,
Do you know what I
but he's done this before.
Yeah.
So
I
he's-
these platforms are offering.
I don't know if it's really much of an argument though, like to be like, oh, he came back to Twitch. Where else was he gonna go?
no, I know, but like
he's
he's done this before. He's had this kind of like
Yeah.
So getting paid 30
swap.
million and being
So
like,
he
"You're
already.
awesome."
yeah, exactly.
He already
like
knows
obviously
how to do
a
all this.
platform change. Like, isn't like Facebook gaming
Is that still a
coming
thing?
to an end?
That's the
Or is
place
it-
you go to die.
Oh.
Yeah, but I think it's coming to
Yeah,
an
I
end.
remember people going there to die,
I'm
right?
gonna have to double check that. Actually, do you mind if I double check?
So
it
if
real-
Facebook's gaming is going, what
gotta
happens?
say
Are you sure that is that correct?
I need to check it.
Oh,
but-
because last time I saw, like Facebook gaming was growing more
Yeah.
than YouTube streaming.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, Facebook was just growing more than
Yeah.
most of the other platforms, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whether that's
I remember Facebook
inflated, you know.
being where you go to die.
Almost lost you, mate. Almost lost him.
so no, they're shutting down their app.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know whether it's just going to go browser based. They'll just get rid of the app. So that's my bad. I got that wrong. But yeah,
Is it
Yeah,
still
I
a
might-
popular
why?
place to stream?
This might be like a little
it's
outdated.
a growing
but
place to stream.
Obviously, Twitch is like the biggest by far, and then Facebook and YouTube are a similar size, whereas Facebook are growing at like a faster rate.
Yeah.
That was like 4 or 5 months ago though, so that could be very different now. Like,
Yeah.
It's weird that YouTube isn't growing more, but then again, like, even I've tried to look up YouTube streams,
so hard.
and I'm like,
I just can't.
But
how do I
I
find a
struggle.
stream? How do I find the game I want to watch?
How do you
Yeah.
find the Facebook ones though? Because I've never used.
it's the same thing.
The
It's-
Facebook
it's-
one was, it's like you go on and it's like, right, here's some trending games, and you click on them. I was like, oh, I want to watch some SCP streams. They don't exist. The literal tab for SCP Secret Lab don't exist.
Oh, okay.
But
So there's
Facebook
just less
does have a
option
page which is similar to the like Twitch page, where you can look at games and stuff. But obviously it's not as big, so there isn't as like many games and stuff. But then they also have like they'll push streams to like people's timelines as well. So that's like another place where
Yeah,
people can
that's
find
why
them.
it could be slightly inflated on those numbers.
Okay.
Where it's like, they're growing, but like they autoplay on the timeline. So if you scroll down, you see a Facebook stream, and then you walk away from your PC, you are a viewer.
Yeah, it's something I can't even remember the time now, but it's literally seconds. So if you scroll and it autoplays, that counts as a view. So like
yeah, because I've seen I've kind of like scrolled through Facebook, just kind of browsing,
yeah.
and like you go on to someone and like, no offense to them, but the stream looks like ass. Right? And like
You garbage.
they've got like thousands of views like happening on there or something.
Yeah, so someone I used to know was streaming on Facebook.
that looks so sad.
And
Someone I used to know.
yeah,
that?
it's just someone I know, right? And you could easily go up to like literally 100 average viewers, but then when you look at the average watch duration of your stream, it's like 4 seconds. So all that's happening is Facebook
You're
is just
scrolling
pumping
through.
it to timelines.
Yeah.
People are auto playing it. So the average at one point is like 100, but you might actually only have like 5 active
People
people
watching, yeah.
in the stream. Like,
I heard his name was Some Beans.
oh, it's,
Just a
Some
couple,
Beans. I mean, it was Yes Beans?
couple of beans.
Some beans that I used to know.
Maybe Beans?
Maybeans. Maybeans. So yeah, I wanted to touch on this subject anyway. So we'll come back to like the ninja stuff in a sec. But just like knowing this information, because I wasn't aware that you could do it regardless.
Mhm.
And I don't think all of us here were aware of that really. Like you obviously
We
you
talked
knew
about it
stuff.
a lot, but like the agreement we came to at the end was that what's the point?
Yeah,
Like if
Because
like
there's
we were like 90% sure,
yeah.
but we were like right, the 10% we could be wrong, so just don't. What'd you get out of
So like
the odd stream on YouTube? Like
knowing this information now, like you're all streamers, like does this information benefit you? Like are you about to like
Not at all.
try it out? Like are you gonna make the change? Are you gonna try YouTube now and again?
yeah, I was gonna do a few streams on the VOD channel.
Yeah?
just random ones of like single player games like Resident Evil and shit.
You know, that's a good shout though.
But
Like,
I don't think I'd ever do the Switch because
yeah. This
yeah,
YouTube
I think-
platform isn't good enough for that.
YouTube. Don't
I think
like
with a lot of
creators.
us, though, we've spent so many years and so many hours and so much time building an audience
Yeah.
and like a little community and everything like that on Twitch. And obviously, we're all under the same group, so it's been a bit easier for us. But I don't know. I've done it for the last 4 years, and why the fuck would I want to go anywhere else to start
I've
doing it
literally
again?
just been seeing growth as well.
Yeah.
And I don't see YouTube benefiting.
I don't see a reason to go into YouTube. Mainly because like Sam, you watch stuff on your stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
The occasional video. If you did that on YouTube, you have the same
Yeah.
thing. Ludwig had. You watch the video, like first stream, gone.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, he's
And that's a creator who's paid like millions to stream on YouTube.
So he's paid to stream on YouTube, and he watched a YouTube video on YouTube.
yeah, I can't remember what it was, but
And that was the end of it.
if you stream it, I can't remember what it is. I think it's like if a copyright claim triggers during the stream, it automatically shuts it down. So that's
Shuts the stream down.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to him on his
I
first
didn't
day.
know he did
Mate,
that.
that's so harmful to like the creator.
yeah.
That is so horrible.
Wait, that is
Because
the,
like anybody can make these claims, right?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's more their
didn't know
it's
that.
their automated
Twitch
one.
does the same thing.
So if
Exactly.
they
But
detect,
we all know their automated one is bad.
their
I've had
automated
it
one is
happen with
bad.
me.
Yeah, but I don't think you could manually. Well, you probably could, but
Wait,
I don't
you
think you
watched
could
the,
manually
Hell's
put in a
Kitchen
claim.
stuff
No.
as well, didn't you? Did that?
That wasn't it, though.
That was
Facebook was the same as well. They can.
Because Twitch
Do
is
that,
the
like-
exact same. Like I watched BlazeCon stuff where I thought it was all okay to stream and everything because it was on like official streams. I'd like paid for it, but it was all free stuff that was available for everybody to watch. I didn't stream any of the actual paid stuff. It was just like the extra panels after the big things. And literally midway through the stream, it all just went down. I was like, what the fuck? Is my internet going
Really?
off? Yeah.
No, I remember you getting like warning for it.
Yeah. It
I
was,
didn't know they'd shut you down.
it shut it down immediately, and I was literally like, what the fuck? And then it was like, you've been banned,
Sorry,
suspended.
I think you did just say, but were you streaming the like paid for access content?
No.
Ah, okay.
Free
just the
content.
free.
So
just
it
the
was
free
the other free content that was on. I honestly, I still don't understand.
They said
Basically
you could do
restream.
with E3 as well.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Ah,
Is
okay.
it's so fucked up at the moment where you can and can't. Like, there's so many rules where there's like different events and stuff. It's one of the most annoying things about trying to like watch press conferences and stuff on stream or like any kind of thing like that. But it was literally, it all went down. I was like, oh, this is weird. Has my internet gone off or something? And then after a bit of checking, I got an email that was like, oh, yeah, you've been copyright striked. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then it's literally like, I think it was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days of being suspended. And then, yeah, you just sit there. I was, the strike is gone. And I think it went like last year sometime. So I'm back on. But it's the same thing where if you get 3 strikes, everything's gone.
So you were suspended for a bit then?
Yeah.
3 to 4 days, you said?
Something like that, yeah.
When was it again?
I
Was it before COVID or during?
Oh, way before.
Well, it was a long, long time.
this
ago.
was for
early
like,
days.
I
Three,
remember
Right?
4
you
years
telling
ago.
me
Oh, okay.
the warning. You got a warning from it, right? I don't remember the suspension. Like that's
No, I got
You
suspended,
got
but it was like an
suspended for
extra
two.
warning as well because it was both. So they suspend you and warn you at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
And
yeah.
It's like there's a specific
warn
point where it says you have, at the moment like 0 out of 3 copyright strikes, but it was always like 1 out of 3, and they limit what you can do on there and stuff, and it was really, really stressful. I think it was shortly after. I think it was like a couple of months after I got partner or something. I think about 2-3 years ago. Oh well, it must have been about 3
Mental
years ago.
stuff.
Something.
I had
Wait, 3, 4? I can't remember. Actually, maybe in the first year I started streaming.
Guess we'll find out at a later date.
My foot's got pins and needles.
Yeah. So Glenn, you said you'd got your first strike. Yeah.
yeah. So it's been removed now, but it was we do the reaction videos.
Yeah.
So I uploaded like a TikTok compilation, and in it was one where there's like music playing, and then the beat drops, and it's like a child starts headbanging to the beat,
Okay.
and it got flagged for child endangerment.
I remember this.
So
I remember this.
yeah, so I got a strike. So on YouTube, remember, you're only allowed 3, and your channel gets deleted. But the worst part
Must have stressed you out, mind.
oh, it did, because the video was unlisted. So it must have been an automated system because it was like a private video. But for me, the scary part was because when we react to stuff, you got to make sure like nothing gets copyrighted, nothing's bad. I purposely upload it to YouTube first to allow the automated systems to run, so I can get the green light, and they're like, that video is okay. But it turns out if you do that and they find something bad, they'll strike you even though the video is not public.
Yeah.
which is crazy because it's like they don't, obviously YouTube systems, and they're quite inconsistent. So, but then you're not even allowed to use their own systems to check that your video is okay. So anyway, I was allowed to appeal, and I did appeal, and they took the strike away, but then they just made the video 18 plus. But then obviously at that point I was like, I'm not risking it. I just took
delete
that
it.
clip
Yeah.
out. I was like, I'm not even
Yeah, why would
attempting to
you
put
risk
that
it?
in.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
3 strikes.
Yes.
Is that like a fixed thing, or is it within a certain time frame?
No. That is a fixed
So you have
YouTube
a
If you
thing.
ever get 3,
So
you're gone.
there's
You have a fixed strike. on your
I won't
channel
remember
now.
the details, but there's like a Russian news channel or something, and they're like the first YouTube channel that like have appealed the 3rd strike or something. And then people are kicking off saying like, why are they getting it? But no, it's a standard thing. If you get your 3rd strike, your channel just gets
It's gone
deleted.
completely.
you can appeal.
Did
them.
you appeal this strike? Or?
Yeah, so I'm saying I
So
appealed
that's
it.
gone now.
So like they took it
Alright,
away.
okay,
So
yeah.
it worked out, but it still stresses you
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you know?
absolutely.
Can
Like
imagine.
that is, I mean, it's your income. Like,
Yeah, especially
for them to go like, it's like a written warning, and we're
Yeah.
like, you're this close to being fired.
yeah, especially when it's something that is like a private video and your intention was to YouTube. You tell me if it's bad.
Yeah.
They've gone,
Yeah.
yeah, it is bad. Now you're having a strike.
So,
It feels really strange that you have to jump through that hoop. You're like, hey, can you check this to make sure it's okay? And they're like, not only is it not okay, but fuck you as well.
That's basically
Like,
what happens.
like
Okay.
yeah.
have you received a strike at any point?
Nah.
No.
Wait, didn't you get something recently with Enrique Iglesias?
Oh, that's just like a copyright.
Yeah,
stuff.
that
Oh my
was
god,
old
a
video as
video
well.
I uploaded 5 years ago.
What video was it?
Like PUBG.
It was
I
a
think.
PUBG one, right? And it was basically someone went down and someone else was on a bike and just drove away. And into the sunset, I put on Enrique Iglesias, I can be your hero. Maybe he was coming towards him, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, that finally got
5 years.
yeah, 5
5
years. It
years
finally
ago.
got copyright claimed after 5 years.
What?
They are so
I'd forgotten about it too.
The other thing, sorry, I was going to add as well, is although it was a TikTok, I get them all from YouTube. So it's a video I found on YouTube,
Yeah.
and I'm putting it back on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's like,
fucked.
do you know what I mean?
But I mean,
And it
like,
is still,
let's be
like-
fair. We know the system just
Yeah, it's just
isn't
annoying,
consistent.
though, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Kaif has shown us the system's not consistent.
it's
like,
like it's such a pain. Like.
So you got copyright strike for something someone else didn't get copyright strike
Yeah.
for.
Well, I got striked for something.
I know where
yeah.
this is leading.
but like you got
Yeah.
copyright striked for something you didn't get
I got-
copyright striked.
Yeah,
for.
I got age restricted for something.
Oh yeah.
I
sorry,
didn't get age restricted.
Yeah,
for.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it's
the
it's
same
not
person,
consistent.
like-
Like
Yeah.
they don't stick to their guns. It's nuts. And the fact that you can then go, this is the case, and the response to you is, it's done now.
Yeah.
If you want to
Tough
know
shit.
what we're talking about at the moment with Kaif, here's his video on screen. Go to the channel to watch.
I
Link also in the
urge you to watch it.
description.
Like it is like
it is important.
I,
that was
I
the- that was
didn't
the-
really know it was something that you would kind of experience at this point, just because I was so kind of removed from everything. But like, I find it so interesting to watch through and be like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is happening? Like, surely like this isn't real.
It'd been happening for a year, right? And I didn't actually clock on to how bad it was. Like my my FNAF video got age restricted, right? And it was a recreation of Ankha Zone, but it was just her face. And I was like, okay, I can see why that was age restricted,
thumbnail,
right?
wasn't it?
Yeah, the thumbnail.
Yeah.
And then I actually found someone's uploaded the Ankha Zone porn video, just cropped the bottom, and it's like it's fully monetized everything. Because obviously, if you load up YouTube on a new browser, you can see if it's age restricted or not. And it was like all good. And at some point, like you know when the beat drops, it's like bong.
Yeah.
So she like fucking sluts drops the dick, and you can see a bulge. That's in the video. You literally see the dick bulge.
So you
Fully
know, in your
monetized.
video that you recently put out,
Yeah.
and you censored that. Was that not censored in the
It's
video?
not censored.
No.
That is monetized.
That's monetized. I just can't.
The cock bulge.
Standards are everywhere now.
So the big censor bar that was on that part.
That was me.
That was
That's
you.
what you
Yeah.
did.
I
I
did
did
that.
initially think
Because I
the
was
same
like,
as you.
I was
thought it was
like,
the video.
I was like, oh, that's not too bad.
No,
Because obviously the
video is-
censor.
I may have not explained that. The
So-
actual video was not
What the
censored.
fuck?
So you
Yeah.
censored it because of
You
the dick
literally
drops,
see
right?
all the porn. Oh, what the fuck? Man, I don't find this video now.
No,
I'm a nip to the
it's even
toilet.
better. It's even better, Sam. At some point, because I watched the porn video, right?
Yeah,
So at some point,
who didn't?
She grinds her arsehole across his dick,
yeah.
and you can spot the dick a mile off because she's yellow and his
Yeah.
dick is pink, and you see little bits of his dick on the screen in it. Fully monetized.
So I've never seen this video.
Yeah.
Have you not?
I haven't,
mate,
I
you're
haven't
missing
seen
out.
it either.
I've not
I
seen
know
You're
of
missing
it.
out, boys. Honestly,
I know of
there's some pretty fucking.
We got homework.
Oh,
Like.
mate,
it. We got to
when
catch
she,
up.
when she gives like the hypnotic come eyes, like
Yeah.
you come every time.
The character does, but so do you.
You're
That-
watching it, and she's like thirsting, and you're like, I'm gonna nut.
No, it cameras.
First time I've watched a video where I've been hypnotized through it, and just suddenly I'm like, oh, where am I? Covered in cum. I'm like, oh, how did I end up like this?
Not quite as ridiculous as that age restriction wise, but last year I made a best of 2021 video, which is obviously clips of just videos on my channel, and that so I uploaded it. It's all fine, and then within 30 minutes of it being live, it got age restricted, and you get to appeal, and in the appeal I just wrote like, this video is made by a load of videos, and not a single one of them is age restricted. So how can the compilation be age restricted? And they just
And their answer,
Just reject it.
Their answer is always like, "It is what it is."
yeah.
Yeah.
They
Well,
just-
it's better them doing that
But, like-
than them going, oh, you're right, and then
Can
going
you-
back
yeah,
to the other
can you
videos.
imagine they
and
turn
bam,
around
bam,
and they
bam,
just age restricted my whole channel.
The
Yeah.
annoying thing about YouTube support, right, is that I gave them this long, must have been 3-paragraph explanation of why they're wrong, and they did the thing that most kids in school do. They repeat what you say in the form of a question, and then
It's so
and then add
infuriating.
their little bit to the end. It's like trying to hit a word count in fucking university.
There's a lot of like support systems that you like ask questions or send something in, and then they send you something back that's nothing to do with what you said,
Yeah.
and you're just like,
Mate,
can you like what the fuck? Can you not read?
I spoke to 3 different people, right?
Yeah,
And as I went through each person, they knew less and less. By the time I got to the 3rd person, right, they were like, I understand you have issues of monetization. And I was like, no. I have problems with being age restricted, and the same video exists here. And it's not age restricted. And she went, yeah.
Was
Well,
this like?
it's done now.
Were you able to talk to anyone through like a live support chat, or was this?
No, it was all done by email. It was definitely speaking to a
Yeah.
human.
It's
but
so infuriating, like not being able to speak to someone in like real time. Though,
Did you
isn't
see
it?
his tweet as well? So obviously,
I put the email in my tweet.
Oh yeah, I did. I did.
Kai's
Yeah.
been through all this. He's explained it. It's been through the support, and literally one of their accounts on Twitter responded to his tweet. Like,
Oh my
go to
God.
this article if
The
you've got
fucking
problems.
the automated response from YouTube on Twitter is
You
like,
had an automated response.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and it was like, sometimes videos get age restricted. I'm like, I know. That's the problem.
No shit.
that's why I'm doing this. No, that's mental.
so
I had before you got, I had a similar sort of thing where it was something we did recently. I was talking to Daz about it, where I was like emailing back and forth with this person, and one person had emailed me. I'd reply to them, specifically answering all their questions and stuff, and then the next response was, "We haven't heard anything about what we told you last time. You still interested?" I'm like, I literally like the email they've replied to is me like saying yes, and
And if
like
you hit the
know,
little 3 little dots, you'll probably see like the repeat of what you said.
my response was literally, Fucking respond.
That
Hello?
was weird though, because the original guy
Yeah.
returned.
It's when we did the No Man's Sky thing.
Oh yes.
Is-
Are you using Gmail?
Yeah.
You gotta hit reply all, otherwise they don't see it.
I didn't know I was messaging more than one person.
So the
Started off with
in the
one
email
guy,
chain,
then
right? The original guy who speaks to you.
Yeah.
Say another guy takes over, even though he's directly replied to you. If you don't hit reply all, and instead just hit reply, you're just emailing the
daft.
original guy.
That's stupid.
See, I never did that either. Like
No?
the initial guy sent the request, the other guy spoke. I thanked him by name, and then the reply was from the first guy.
Mate,
I was
it happened before. Like,
I didn't know the reply all thing.
I get sponsors from Ben Group, and I think at some point one
I
of the
didn't know
guys,
Ben had a group.
at some point one of the guys chimed
God,
into the
those
conversation. He went, "Kaif, when you respond to us, you have to hit reply all, please."
Oh, they actually said that. Oh my god.
I was like, "Oops."
That's
So
nice of them, though, isn't it?
I'm assuming you just hit reply all by default now,
yeah.
Yeah.
just in case.
I didn't know that.
No, same.
The only problem with reply all, right, is that sometimes you'll get a sponsor message, right, and it's really like a default one. They'll be like, "Hi, creator, we love top video that you've had on your channel. We think you'd be a great fit for, I don't know, fucking ball shaving, right?"
I saw this on Twitter recently where somebody had basically put this exact like statement out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, "Hello, the creator. You know,
Yeah, it'd be like,
we recently watched newest vid, and we like content."
yeah, we like your content. We think you'd be a great fit for antidepressants. And you're like, okay. But if you hit reply all on them, sometimes they CC it in a way that you reply to every creator on that list.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
So you can hit reply all and be like,
can
do
imagine
not take.
that's mental.
I think I've had something like that recently where people email me, like from companies going, "Oh, we've watched your content and we really like what you do." And they don't say my name
Show you,
at any
buddy.
point in it, and they don't mention any content or anything like that. And the thing they're responding or telling me about is nothing to do with it. And I'm literally like,
Reply to him and be like, "So you love it when I say come all the time?"
hey, honestly, the temptation to just kind of reply and be like,
I'm pretty sure,
"What
right?
content do you like then?
I'm
What have
pretty
you
sure
liked?"
we get emails for each other, don't we?
I was
right?
gonna say that's
Yeah, I
from
think so.
you had one with someone else's name, right?
No, Eb's got mine once.
Oh,
So,
right. Okay.
Ebs gets
really?
Daz.
Yeah.
You get, who do you get?
I don't remember actually. I did get someone's once.
Because I always get
really?
Rob. I always get Rob's emails.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah,
These
this
people, like-
happened for a bit.
They must go like, I don't know, Rob's Twitch must be something like, thanks to Kaif or whatever. So that'll be the first email they see, and it's like straight to me. And you're like, "Hi, Big Bobby." I'm like, "Do you even know what you're saying?"
Good lord.
Who I am.
I mean, maybe they're just acknowledging that you've got a big penis. Like,
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. They're not trying to get in touch with Rob. They just
I
say
don't
like,
remember
how
"Hey,
I-
what's
Big
up,
cock."
big dick?"
I was gonna say, like, have you had anybody else?
Not recently, no. Not for
Like,
a long
what about
time.
before?
I've
I
had
think I had someone. I just don't remember who it was. It was a long
I've had
time.
Rob, Sam. I've once had yours as well,
What
and
the fuck?
they're always for like the weirdest fucking products.
Oh, mate.
They're like, "Hey, want to boost your revenue? All you have to do is transfer
Yeah.
all of your YouTube revenue into our system,
Yeah.
and then we'll pay you back."
They do make me chuckle.
Whenever things come through and they're like, "I really like your videos," I'm like, "I don't make videos. What videos? Like, what have you watched?" And I replied once to somebody going, "What videos have you seen? I don't make them." And they literally just went, "Stream." That was it. Like, are you serious? Like, come
I
on.
actually did the same thing.
Oh,
I think
mate.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
Someone sent me a promotional thing. They're like, "Oh, we really loved your latest YouTube video," and it's popped off. And I literally replied, "It's been almost 2 years since I uploaded that."
yeah, my latest one. Like,
Yeah, my like that's been a long time.
Oh,
They just
God.
never replied to me.
That's so like deceptive as well. Because
That's the
imagine
thing,
you're like someone
popped
really
up.
small who's just
Thanks for
started.
reminding me.
You've just started. You're really excited to have this email, and they're like, "Hey, we do." That would be so. That would be so shitty. Like if you were really like a single YouTuber or something who wasn't big at all, and you got one of these emails.
But a lot of the time, that's what they're targeting, right?
That sucks.
They're very copy-paste.
Yeah, I mean, it's brutal, but like they're looking to just kind of suck that person in. Like, obviously, you guys have got a bit of experience now to like know when, the email's kind of genuine or not.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got some great advice for new creators. If you see an email, ignore it.
And there you go.
Mate, I've had like emails from people. Like there's been times, and I was talking to Daz about this, where there was 2 separate times where I had a company message me going, "Hey, we want to sponsor you with this product. We'd like to send you a test. Let us know." Like they'll say my name and everything. Let us know your address and stuff, and we'll send her out to you. And the first time I did it was like, I don't know, two years ago or something like that, and it was for popcorn. And I was like, that's a really weird thing to be sponsoring someone. But I was like, I fucking like popcorn. I was like, why not? Let's try it. I'll get something free. I'll test her out. It's never come. I replied my address, never heard back, never heard anything at all. And I'm like, well, my address is out there now.
Mate,
Somebody
I
knows
guarantee,
it.
right? I guarantee
Sounds pretty
every time,
popcorn.
right? They will message load of creators. They'll go, okay, put your address into the form. We'll send it out, right? And the moment they see a UK address, they go, he's out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably it.
They just send it out. They're probably looking for US.
Yeah.
Well, I had this year actually. I had it with Wraith contacted me like last year, and I was like, "This seems a bit fishy." I was like, "Nah, I'm good." So I like thought nothing of it, and then Daz took her and everything. And I was like, "Oh, right, okay, fair." But then a company called Rogue, like I think it was like April, May, June or something, which is the exact same thing, messaged me, and I replied to them because I was a bit sus from before, being like, have you got a form to fill out or anything? Just to see if they respond to me, then it'll be something genuine. They responded to me like, no, just send her an email and we'll get her out to you. And I was like, cool. Send my email. This was about 3 or 4 months ago. Nothing back. Nothing back at all. They're apparently a UK company and everything. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Come on. I just want some free stuff.
They've probably got like a quota to hit, yeah. Let's try and get it to this many people.
Yeah.
I was saying to Sam, though, weirdly enough, the 2 most genuine things I've had haven't been through email. Wraith contacted me through Twitch and Frontier through Twitter.
My favorite thing
And I mean,
is,
they're your 2 biggest ones.
Wait, what's Frontier?
Planet Zoo.
Planet?
Oh,
I'm gonna say
right,
Animal
right.
Planet. And
my favorite thing, right, is responding to the emails about Raid Shadow Legends,
Yeah.
just to see like how high they'll go.
What they'll give you.
I never take it, but my God, they're thirsty.
they're like,
do a video.
But like,
send you money.
of the sponsors we've worked with, because I've said this before, of the sponsors we've worked with on the SR channel, I think Raid were the best.
Yeah,
they
they
were.
they
They
fucking.
had the biggest payout and they had the lowest demands.
they
It's
were quite quick as well with the payout.
it's really strange because I've done
Well-
something with them. Glenn's done something with them. Like
They
a
weren't
bunch
quick
of us.
with
have.
your payout, though.
Oh, that was a pain in the ass.
Like
But they
you
paid.
had a
They paid
nightmare.
me a fair amount for what I went through, so I was fine.
Also,
that was- yeah,
with
it
the
was
payouts as well, it might not necessarily be the company, but normally, because you don't normally work directly with
The
Raid,
in-between.
it's the agent. You work with
Yeah.
an agency, like. And,
And like, even though the game is, filled with predatory shit, it was actually an okay game.
Yeah, you enjoyed it, didn't you?
I genuinely enjoyed playing. I was like, this is kind of fun. I would never play it properly because I'm not into gacha games.
It's
but I
like,
was
it's like
it was actually
Genshin, and
alright.
as if you're not careful, it's gonna
Yeah,
completely bankrupt you.
exactly the same with Genshin, where like it was,
I dropped like
it was
100 quid
so
on Genshin
fucking
day
fun
one.
to play through.
Did you really?
But it's
I
one of
did,
those
yeah.
things. where
Genshin
you-
is so extremely well done.
yeah.
Oh mate, the game is
I-
awesome.
I played her again
And, like-
recently, like a couple of days ago, because I had another sponsor thing for it. And I was genuinely just like exploring around and stuff. And then like it was only for like an hour or something. The hour flew by. I really enjoyed it. I'm like, Jesus Christ,
They're like
this
the
is such
world
a
looks
cool
like-
looking
When we
game.
did the first Genshin ad, I was like, right, it's my first time playing, so you guys show me around. And I think I spent a month just running around in Genshin, like,
Yeah.
So does
fucking hell, like,
anyone
this
here,
world is
like-
awesome.
Does anyone play it? Like,
I've never played it.
I've not.
No,
Like Breath of the
I
Wild.
still go back.
Pardon?
It's like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
there you go.
Kind of like that.
You'd really like that.
Do you play it? Or?
I stopped playing it.
Okay.
But
Like I was.
once I like got through most of the content, I was like, okay, I'm done.
I still go back now. And again.
There's actually like a bunch of new stuff in
There's
it.
a new thing coming out soon.
We're not sponsored by any of these
You
companies.
could get a sponsor. That'd be great.
If you want to sponsor us, you
Don't
can.
play these until we get
send us
sponsored,
emails.
and then you could use our links. But but we're not being paid for this. We're just
Don't play Genshin till we
Don't
say so.
don't play Raid or
Just hold
Genshin. Just wait till one of us gets sponsored, and then go into it.
I'm
Thank
sure
you.
us telling them not to play it. is
Yeah,
gonna give us a
definitely not
sponsor.
getting
If-
sponsored now.
Wait till they sponsor us. This video sponsored by your company could be here.
Any coffee brands out there?
Oh
Some of that
mate,
as well.
we would fucking love coffee. That'd be so good. But yeah, there's so much content in Genshin that you can play through
Yeah,
now.
I did
that's
look at
been added
the.
and
I
stuff.
did look at the what is it called? Bounty board.
Yeah.
And it was like play 3.0 on the new island. I was like, I haven't got to the second island yet.
So my one literally went play an hour, and it was like just do whatever. And I was like, well, I don't even know where. I spent about 40 minutes going, what the fuck am I doing? Just walking in circles, and they're like, yep, that's fine.
Mine
like,
was
okay.
like go to the new
Oh,
island,
really?
and it was like play the new characters, and I was like, I never got to the second island because that's when the like sort of the money thing started happening.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, it's not worth it.
I would like it more if they gave me these characters and they gave me this stuff to go and do it.
Oh yeah,
instead of
Genshin
being-
like, oh yeah, we'll unlock all this for you.
Yeah, that
Instead of trying to fucking gacha the
If
creator,
they
want
unlocked all
sponsoring.
that for you, right, and you guys did an advertised stream for it, I'd definitely be at your door like, yo, can I have their account?
They normally give you
I'd
temporary.
I'd fucking
accounts.
sell that account. Like, could you imagine having an account with all of that unlocked? That'd go for like
Never getting a Genshin sponsor.
That'd be like three,
Selling
4,
like
5
accounts,
grand.
Sam's calling these guys the predatory ones. He's like,
No.
what's going on
No,
eBay?
I call raid predatory. Gacha itself
When the
is
predator
in
becomes the
its
prey.
foundation is a
I
predatory
can just imagine
system.
you sat there waiting for the sponsorship payment. It's cleared. You're like, right now, I sell it.
Like-
He's already set.
So,
it.
so I would play it a lot myself, but then I would look up and be like, "How much is an account with everything unlocked?" And like,
Just ask Stan.
just ask. Oh my god, mate, he's fucking.
So these
spent.
Stan
We
play a
spoke
lot.
to him. We spoke to him like recently when we were playing League, and we were like, "How much have you
playing-
spent on League?" And he,
he
was
won't-
like, "I
he's
won't tell
playing
you."
Genshin now, I
but
think.
Mate, he won't tell us how much
that
he
was the
spent on
other
League.
thing. Is he said he wouldn't tell us how much he spent on League, and we were like, "How much have you spent on Genshin?" He was like, "Oh, I'm not saying that either."
I was saying, right, when Stan comes on the podcast, that's the announcement for how much he spent on League. Like, we can just all gawk at the number that he spent. It's gotta be like 3-4 grand.
Really?
I reckon it's
I looked
more.
up mine. Mine's £882.
Mine's like 1.8.
Mine's only like 1. Oh, I see. Only.
Only.
Mine's like 1.1.
I can't
Mine-
really complain about £800 because I've played League for what?
The thing
Has it
is,
been out for
though-
more than 10 years
Oh
now?
yeah.
Yeah. So.
Is my 1 point like there was like 1.6 or something like 3-4 years ago was that point, and then I saw it and went, "Fuck, I need to stop."
My spending slowed
And
down.
I've like
It used
spent
to
a bit
be, like,
here and there.
every
Yeah.
payday
I actually
would go
found-
on League. Like,
which is surprising for Riot, but they've made it easier to not spend money. Because when we first started playing,
Yeah,
a new champion came out and we had to buy it every single time, and it was so
the
long.
capsules
Yeah.
and stuff.
It used to be called IP, didn't it?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it took so long to grind.
Influence points, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that. But
You
now,
get so much from the new capsules. It really helps with having like Prime
Twitch
as
Prime.
well. You know,
Yeah,
the capsule.
Twitch Prime. Because like we play a couple games every night, and like I think it's like every few days, I'm like, mate, I can unlock a new champion. Let's go.
Yeah.
I ain't spending money.
Yeah.
Isn't Stan...
Imagine still needing to unlock characters.
I got 4 more to go. Right. Every time I get close to unlocking,
3.
every time I get close to unlocking every champion,
And
I'm
you
like,
won't
I
get
go, nah, I'm fucking done with League. And then I come back and I'm like, oh, I got 12 to go. Okay.
Isn't
Yeah.
Stan really bad for that with every game, though?
Yeah,
From
if,
what I-
if there are gacha elements in a game,
I want a cumulative number of how much he spent.
Yeah, if there's
What,
gacha
across
elements in
all
a game,
like all
yeah.
games,
like
it'd
Stan,
be so much. Like,
Stan's just like he just gets suckered by them so easy.
Yeah.
Bloody
Pokemon
Stan.
cards,
You know why?
League,
'Cause he likes boobies.
yeah.
I
Well, there's
love-
no boobs
And he
on
hasn't had
Pokemon, so what's
boobs.
going on
He's
there?
pretty
Boobies.
open about that these days.
I love that. Like, you're all like,
You sure?
Stan,
Oh, is
Stan's
that,
a
is
sucker
that
for
that
this,
Ivy
like.
looking thing, right?
Fucking God of War basically has boobs.
God of what?
I love
Fucking
it.
low punny
you're quite
basically
mad,
has
Dale,
boobs.
right?
That's what I was
I
going
was
to
gonna
say. I
say,
love that you
you're-
guys are like, oh, Stan's a sucker for this, but like, I'm exactly the same. Like, a new mobile game will come out that I get interested in, like a gacha-based thing, and like, I'll drop money. Like, I'm really bad for cards. Like, I go hard on a lot of different card games, and just like randomly buy packs for card games I don't even play, because I'm like, I like opening the
Oh
pack.
mate.
So like the other day.
Yeah. So I picked him and Daz up to come into the office.
yeah.
Like what were we doing? We were going to be streaming. Yeah. And like we had breakfast, and I was like, oh Daz, I'll take me and you to the office. And Daz was like, oh, I want to come. Halfway to the office, he's like, oh, Firestorm's nearby. Do you want to go? And I looked at
That's
him and
a bad
I
decision,
went,
that is.
I was like, I was like, he was like, oh, you don't have to take me if you don't want to. I was like, come on then. I was like, all right, we'll go there. We'll show Daz what it looks like and stuff. And we go in. Me and Daz looking around the statues for a bit. How long were we there?
About half an hour.
30,
Not
40
long,
minutes, something like that, wasn't it?
What I remember is, I'll fuck you in the butt.
We were like there looking at these statues, and Dale was like, oh, I'll get like one or two things, something like that. Mate, he sits there talking to somebody on the other side of the counter for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes on about
Who was
fucking
it?
packs.
So one of the guys that works there, he plays the card game as well now. Like, obviously, I haven't been down there to play it in a while.
Ah, okay.
So the Final
He's-
Fantasy card game.
Literally just looking at
So-
Final Fantasy packs, and he's like,
But he just starts talking about like the current meta and like the things that I'm buying and stuff. And obviously, like, I love the game. I played the game a lot. So then instantly I was like, fuck, I'm back into it already. Like,
mate,
just by
he was
talking
like,
2 minutes.
when we were in the car, he was like, oh, I kind of want to get like a statue or something like that.
Yeah.
Didn't get a fucking statue.
What did he buy?
He got like
I
a pack.
bought the anniversary box for.
Yeah.
the
He
Final
bought
Fantasy
a box of cards,
Yeah.
and also like a deck as well, right?
No,
Oh, no, it was another
an
pack of
anniversary
cards.
pack, which gives you a bunch of like the older legends and whatnot. Remember I told you about it?
Yeah. Oh,
And then
the
I
one from
bought
the
one
other
of
day,
the
yeah.
pre-release kits because I'd missed the pre-release. I missed a couple of pre-releases. But yeah, so I should probably say now, Lon, I'm really sorry I spent money on cards again. But
couldn't
yeah,
stop
I went in because I wanted to kind of have a look around. And I spent 70 quid on cards.
He was like, oh, I've been getting into Dragon Ball again recently because of the film. I want to get a Dragon Ball statue.
Give some
We were
Final Fantasy
looking,
cards.
hey, we were looking at different statues. They're like 35 quid, 40,
Yeah.
50, 60. He's like, oh, a bit expensive those are. Comes out with a bunch of fucking Final Fantasy cards. He sits in the car and is like, oh, I spent more than I wanted to spend. What is she like?
The
That's
only time I've ever done anything like that was when I played Final Fantasy with Dale, and then we shared the pool of cards, so we completed the sets together. But then to make it even cheaper, we sold every single shiny card we got, and then like put it back into non-shiny cards.
All but one.
You kept.
We kept the Cloud, like Opus 1.
Oh, the
Like-
original one.
Opus 1 Wave 1 Cloud, which goes for like a couple of hundred now. But I don't know how
I've
much
never
like
been
damage
into
it
any
causes
of
to it.
this.
So like it's been signed by the creator of the game as well, because I went to an event where he was in London. So it's been signed by the guy that made the card game. So I don't know whether that adds to it or takes away from it, but like you found it quite easy to sell signed stuff before, didn't you?
Yeah, I sold the. We went to. So they
Red
also came
Mages.
to an event in Cardiff,
Yeah.
and you got like a play mat for entry, and they were signing stuff. So I got that signed, and I was like, "This is so cool! I should keep it." And then I looked on eBay, and it was going for like £80. So I sold it straight away,
You
instantly.
sold
Like
it
next
through
day.
Red Mages as well, didn't you?
Do you know what? I can't actually remember. And when you mentioned about the cloud, I was like, do I still have the red pages? I don't know.
I thought you told them. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
But I've kept all my playmats and stuff. I haven't got my playmats signed because I like to have just a collection of playmats. And now I've got like 15 Final Fantasy playmats in the house.
Good lord.
Because I remember. Do you remember
No
when?
wonder Lon.
So
yeah,
on
man,
this
so
episode
bad.
of the podcast, we're
So
going to get
bad.
Dale's
Intervention,
financial
mate.
history on what he spent on screen.
Just to like clear it up a bit. So like with the playmats and like a lot of the card boxes that I had around, like it obviously starting out was expensive.
Yeah.
But then I started judging events for Square Enix and like, go into like nationals, judging nationals. And they would give me all this stuff like for doing it. So I'd get paid. And these were like extra gifts. They would give me like a box of the current Opus, the play mat. So like, it was quite cool actually, because obviously I feel like I was
I like
decent
how
at
he's
the game.
justifying his purchases.
Save Dale.
It's
He
not
So
that
he
it's
went,
just
it
the-
starts off quite expensive.
Yeah.
How
Guys, he's trying to sucker
convenient.
you in. He's trying to get you
But
into like, don't listen to him.
He's explaining why he's okay.
I sound like a
spending all this.
gambling addict. Though. But
It's okay. They
you don't know.
endorsed it.
So it was cool because like I loved the card game. I wasn't like top tier competitive level, but I feel like I was decent at the game. Yeah, but like I was able to like go and judge like like nationals, the UK nationals, stuff like that, European nationals or whatever they were, as well. and the top 8 players would get like a specific playmat. But because I judged the event, I'd have the same playmat as the top 8 players, and it was pretty cool. Like, cause like I probably wouldn't have got as far as like earning that playmat, but like judging
You still
it,
have it, like.
I have the playmat, and like I can kind of show that.
Oh,
So what Dale's saying though is, if you spend enough money, they'll eventually invite you to come and judge their event. So
I had to find this playhouse.
I got a good
like
one
if you're an
from.
influencer, you get like advantages and freebies.
That was an influencer thing. So we
If you're a judge, you're definitely an influencer. Is it? Was you like? Were you? It wasn't commentating. You were just making sure the card games went alright.
yeah,
Yeah,
make sure
okay.
that everyone followed the rules. So we did like an event at Firestorm. Firestorm did an event, and like a really big one, which really went well. And because I was one of the people that played down there regularly, I was asked if I could step in and judge. And then from that point onwards, like when they were doing official events, they were like, "Oh, do you want to come do this?" And then it got to the point where, like, and a lot of the time it was just for. Initially, it was just for free stuff, and then eventually, like the company that runs the organized play, were like, "Oh, we'll put you on contract, and we'll pay you to do the events and put you up in a hotel for like that weekend and stuff." And it was really cool.
How convenient, sir.
I got quite a funny story from when we played cards. So we used to go to like organized play events. So you turn up with a day and you just would play random people that you've never met before. And I'm playing against this, against the girl.
Oh,
No,
okay.
so I guess I got 2 right.
I got one to tell as well.
Right. So I'm playing against this girl, and she just I can't remember the exact numbers, but she's like, "Oh, look at table 7, say," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So look over. She's like, "Oh, you see the guy there?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Wasn't he like next to you, basically?
It was close, like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
close. And she goes, "Oh, he was my boyfriend this morning." And I'm like, "Excuse me?" And she was like, "Yeah, we drove from Bristol. He broke up with me in the car. I couldn't stop crying." And obviously, I'm not the best, like socially. Like she sat opposite me and she looked really upset. The guy is like, but there, and I'm just like, what do you want from me? Like, what do I do? Like,
I would have loved if you were just
And then-
like, "Do you want a rebound?"
no, but then the worst part is as
Yeah.
well. At the end, she was like, "He's my lift home as well." And I was just like, "Oh my god! Like, get me out of this situation." I just wanted to lose the game as fast as I could, so I could just get out of the
Did you win, though?
situation. I can't remember. But I just
what it
wanted.
is.
Claire was like,
I
I
made it.
fucking smoked it.
I just wanted to get out. Like,
So another good one. Like, I got 2 here. So like, let's save the best for last. There's a good one where like one of our like top players in Cardiff. Yeah, he was really good, and he was kind of like he was on track for top cut. I think about to make like top 8.
he had to beat me.
He had to
get
beat Glenn
top
to
8.
get top 8, right? And like usually he will beat you.
Yeah,
he's a
100%.
really good player, and Glenn smokes him. Like Glenn absolutely smokes him up this one time, and he was like literally 1 win from
Yeah.
top 8, but you didn't make the cut for top 8.
No. So I couldn't make top 8
Yeah.
because I had lost too many games, and this was like, so for Final Fantasy, this was like 100+ person tournament,
Yeah.
like the biggest one they've ever
Yeah,
had,
'cause
and he's
that
about
was-
to make top 8. So yeah, I smoked him, and then at the end they come round and you have to get judges to check the scorecards, and both players have to sign the scorecard. So I got the signed scorecard, and I'm like this next to him as he's
But
devastated.
he's got the scorecard, right? He takes a picture of the guy and the scorecard and being like, "Oi, I beat him." Like, Glenn does this now. Glenn's the guy that takes pictures. He's like, "Fucking hell, man." And like comes over to like, obviously, with the Cardiff group and people are traveling for it, but he comes over to the Cardiff group and be like, "Oh, look at this fucking picture." Like, it's fucking hilarious.
Have you still got that picture?
No, I deleted it. 'cause
Do you
Yeah.
remember when Rob was saying like about football? He's like, "What the fuck is the point of knockouts if we have the playoff tables?"
yeah.
And then there's another situation. This one was fucking hilarious. Like, so Glad is playing this deck, and he doesn't. It was quite new. I think I put it together for you. As
It's like the day before you put it
the
together.
day before, right? This is the deck you're playing, like, because I was judging. So I was just like, here's the decks you're playing, like, just go for it, do your best. So he's playing, and like, it's a lot of people travel to this event. So like, Glenn was playing against a French guy at the time. And this French guy's like, just like the middle of the game, this French guy plays a card. And Glenn's like, fuck, what does that do? Like, and he picks this guy's card
No.
up.
It's so what it was is when the card enters,
Oh, yeah,
it doesn't
it's the
affect,
like,
right? Which I knew. That's why I used the card, right? So he played the card, did the effect, and I was like, yeah, cool story, awesome. But then on his next turn, he attacks with the card, and he says, I want to do the effect again. And I'm like, you mad? Like, that's not how it works. So I pick up his card. He's like, read my card. His card's in French. So obviously I can't, read it. Right? So I give it him back, and I'm like, what do we do here?
Didn't you call Judge over though?
No. But then he points to my own field. I have the exact card
same
in
card
English on the field. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah. And then I pick up my own card, and this is the first time I've ever read the text on the card. And I was like, oh, fair play. Put it back down, and then he wins. Like, I don't know. Like I said, Dale made the deck for me.
Like Glenn wouldn't read the cards, but he'd still do pretty well in these events just through like.
What does that say about other people, though?
Yeah, it's my deck building skills.
No, I would always. It's the same. I know it's annoying for people, but it's the same when I play games. Like I just listen to friends talk.
You're not even looking at the game.
I hate playing new games with you.
But we play with each other when it comes to card games.
Yeah.
And then I just talk him through.
He would just tell me.
As he's like,
I could honestly tell you, we played cards for probably about a year, and there's probably like 3 or 4 cards I read. I would just we would play. Dale would do it, and I'd be like, okay, that's how that works.
You are just like Lily, where every single new game we play is like 50 questions. And it's literally like, what? Like, I remember the first time you played Minecraft, you're like, how do I get wood? And we're like, punch a tree. And we're like, cool. What do I use wood for? Use it for this, this, and this. Okay. How do I do that? Okay, you do this. How do I make a crafting table? By this. What do I do with it now? You do this. It's like, and honestly, oh my fucking God, it's the worst. And what's even worse is I'm going to take out my anger on you because Lil does the same thing, where it's like, if you play a new game with you or Lily, if I don't know and you don't know, you still ask the question.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, how the fuck am I meant to know? This is my first time playing this. How the fuck am I meant to know?
You expect everyone around you to know, like.
And even when I say I don't know, you're still like, yeah, but how do I? I'm like,
this is why you die first.
I don't know.
Don't want to answer these questions, mate. Just kill him.
It's mad. It's actually mad.
I just hate reading.
You can't read, that's why.
I hate reading so much.
Gacha addiction, card game addiction, Glenn's inability to read.
I'm gonna be honest. I just like gacha games because I like boobies.
Boobies.
No, boobies.
No. I'm saying I like.
You
boobies.
play booby ones, like.
Yeah, I that's what I'm saying. I play it because I like boobies.
We also came to the conclusion that Stan would fuck Pokemon.
Would you not?
No?
You sure?
Did we come
Maybe
to that
Gardevoir?
Oh, so you would fuck a Pokemon.
One.
What about Vaporeon?
Stan was explaining.
Don't bring Vaporeon.
Tell us about Vaporeon.
Do you know about Vaporeon?
I wouldn't be able to quote the story, but you've told
There's
me
this-
before.
You know about Vaporeon.
There's this copy pasta where it's like somebody basically going into it where they say there's like a whole bunch of different things, and they're like the size of the Vaporeon, its nature, its type leads it all to be the perfect
Most compatible.
most compatible. I was going to say perfect host. I was going to say perfect. Hold on. Hold on. I was going to say
Perfect host for my car.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say. Perfect host for a human dick, but most compatible with human to Pokemon relations.
Yeah.
And they say like, what is it? There's like an ability it has, like a I don't know, which basically makes it wetter. I'll make it wet on. Come on, I know it's grim. It's a copy. You can look up the Vaporeon copy pasta, and it's fucking grim.
It's got that good Vapussy look.
But it's a common fucking meme with Pokemon players now, where they'll essentially say, "Yeah, Vaporeon's the most compatible." But people would still fuck a rabbit.
Some disgusting stuff.
Rob requests disgusting stuff.
He asked for it.
Honestly.
It was funny.
Sorry.
No, go on.
I just realized. I just remembered. It's like, it's a bit like his moves like attract baby doll eyes. What are the other ones? Like charm. Like if it has these moves, so it means it would be really good at flirting with a pit. And like this person's proper gone in depth, and it's so weird.
I can't get over you saying host.
Hey, I was gonna say host for a dick, and like. I couldn't think of compatible. It just wasn't in my head. But yeah, it's fucking weird, isn't it? Honestly, you could probably just ask Stan. He'd probably be like, I'd fuck this one and this one and
Well,
this one and this one and this one.
He was explaining
and
to us
this
the other
one.
day, like about furries and like the furry scale and like what considers a furry and what
I saw the
didn't.
picture you linked and I was really confused
Yeah,
about it.
that's why Stan, because Stan was basically like
This is in
he
Ghostbusters.
fancies Ari, right, from League.
Yeah, do you not?
Pardon? No, but then we were asking him like, oh, does that make you a furry? And then he was saying no, like there's a scale, and then that's when we went into it. And turns out Stan's like borderline essentially, so he's not.
We've never seen what's under Ari's
Borderline
clothes,
fairy.
right? Now, just listen, hear me out.
I don't
right?
like where this is going.
Hear me out, right? She's got tails, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right. And we've seen her legs, yeah.
Yes.
And we can see like arms, like kind of this here.
yeah,
What if that whole area there
yeah.
is animal? It's fox.
Close your eyes.
It's got that fussy look.
Fussy.
Just close your eyes,
my
you say.
God.
Glenn,
Hold on. It
that's
would
such horrible advice.
Dale.
You
It
say
would
close your eyes. You can
Dale.
feel it.
It would be like
feel
it would
joking.
just hold up. It would just be like having sex with somebody who hasn't groomed in a while. You'd be fine.
But like it'd be all over like her thighs where it's hidden.
So
You say you have a fussy?
hairy legs.
Nah.
So that-
Have you? What?
What?
Don't like this. Like animal fur has a distinct feel to it.
Just close your eyes.
There.
Close your eyes, don't touch. Like,
Free-handed.
If something like that existed, that would just be a fetish for people anyway. I mean, it's a fetish for people as it is,
It's
and
like
they
a
don't
pair of
exist.
shorts.
I mean, you get to it, you try to pull
Mate,
it down, you're like, oh
just-
shit.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Just take it to the groomers beforehand.
This is not right. Like, I regret even bringing this
Yeah.
up. Oh my lord.
But you said about Ari. What about Lilia?
Who?
The deer.
Oh, Lil.
No. The deer from League. Because that is explicitly more furry
Oh, that's
than...
a hard pass
yeah.
from me. The voice
That's-
alone, like you know.
Well, the fact it's Scottish.
I don't
Yeah.
know
Got
who
something to
Lilia
admit.
is like.
It's a deer.
It's like
It's a
think of
deer
a centaur,
champion.
but deer.
Yeah.
Nah.
You sure? You don't want some fucking dusty like. There's I read this
Just, you know.
I read this thing recently where it was like somebody who's older and they're like, I really don't understand people's fascinations with adding ussy after everything. And I was like, oh yeah. And just in this conversation alone, we've added it
think
to
it
about
was-
5 different things.
Jesse Cox tweeted about saying, I don't understand this generation's thing of they think the peak comedy is adding ussy to stuff. But then he was like, but there again, we thought the height of comedy was planking in public. Like, so it's just kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all just as
mate,
bad, isn't it?
Ussy is the peak of comedy.
And now we find
Come on.
borderline furry jokes or stories to be funny too. So what does that
And
make
add
us?
ussy into it.
And then ussy.
And then add Ussy, yeah.
At least we're not saying fox ussy or deer ussy,
For Dussy.
Just
drussy.
Pussy.
Oh, what about that fucking vussy like volley
Oh,
bear,
the
volley bearsy?
the Vaporeon one weird.
Oh no, I didn't mean that. I
I
meant
know, but
volley.
like just the Vaporeon one where she's like, this like, oh, she's extra wet. I don't know.
Mate, I'm gonna fucking look her up now.
That's so
Isn't
wrong.
there a Futurama episode where like Fry falls in love with a mermaid? And then they all
Probably.
go
Oh,
back.
yeah, and
they
she's
go
like
back to like dry land,
fertilizing the
and
eggs,
he stays there, yeah. And then they go to like have sex, and he's obviously it's like,
Oh,
what is
it's
this?
fish.
Like,
Oh wait,
That looks long. Man.
It's fine.
It is long.
The eggs, isn't it?
it is long. I forgot about it. I forgot about just
You
how
actually
much.
Read this out.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Hey guys, did you know that in terms of male, human, and female Pokemon breeding, Vaporeon is the most compatible Pokemon for humans? Not only are they in the field egg group, which is mostly comprised of mammals, Vaporeon are an average of 3.03 inches tall, or feet, tall. Sorry,
I was going to say,
Sorry, I meant 3 foot 3 inches. My bad.
Sounds like perfect.
And
for a human penis,
63.9 pounds. This means they're large enough. Hold on, this is the worst bit. They're 3.3 feet tall and 63.9 pounds. This means they're large enough to be able to handle human dicks. And with impressive base stats for HP and access to acid armor,
Well, you might accidentally kill it.
maybe, you can be rough with one. Due to their mostly water-based biology, there's no doubt in my mind that an aroused Vaporeon would be incredibly wet. So wet that you could easily have sex with one for hours without getting sore. They can also learn the moves Attract, Baby Doll Eyes, Captivate, Charm, and Tail Whip, along with not having fur to hide nipples, so it would be incredibly easy for one to get you in the mood.
This
With
was
their
definitely written by
abilities,
a virgin.
hold on. With their abilities water absorb and hydration, they can easily recover from fatigue with enough water. No other Pokemon comes close to this level of compatibility. Also, fun fact, if you pull out enough, you can make your Vaporeon turn white.
My life.
That's
Yep.
grim,
The
man.
person saying like, oh, because they're so naturally wet, you can keep going for hours and not get sore. You have to be a virgin to think that, like, you know.
So the thing at the end about turning it white is,
Yeah.
I think, because it absorbs water,
Water
to
absorbs.
choose its color, because you'd come all over it, it would then absorb the. I think I remember talking about this recently, and we were
We
like,
did. It was during our playthrough.
yeah,
That
and
was,
we were
Joe
like,
got a
oh,
Vaporeon.
what? So if you poo on one, you can make it brown.
It comes not white.
It's like translucent. We just everybody's just equally uncomfortable now. Yeah, it's really weird,
Can I
no?
go to the toilet quickly?
No.
Cheers.
You don't, I suppose.
What are you talking about, Dale?
Right. So where were we when we
going,
left?
I guess we're just moving on to another topic now.
Right. So we started off earlier
Yep.
with the ninja stuff, yeah,
Yep.
and I had a lot more that I wanted to go in with that.
Yep.
And since you guys all do this full time,
Yep.
I wanted to get an understanding of that. So obviously, he's either burnt out or he's feigned burnout. He might actually be burnt out, but also kind of incorporated this
Oh, it's my shoe. I thought it was
into
your foot.
his change.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to go into like, how do you guys experience burnout in this kind of like
I
thing?
did.
Because it's easy to like.
We're able to finish the question first, Con.
Oh, thanks. Well, moving on.
Moving on. Topic done. I did. Carry on.
So like, it's easy from an
Like an
outside point of
idiot.
view. Like myself, right? I've just come off like a 6-week holiday from work. You know,
Yeah. Rub it in.
it was nice. And like, I get to these points in work where towards the end of like a term, I am burnt out. I am done. I'm ready for time off, and I'm lucky that I get a lot of holidays. And what I've noticed with you guys is you don't get them holidays, and like a lot of you don't set yourself them breaks or like the time. So I just want to like understand
That's-
the burnout from you guys, like because you get burnout, but you don't have the time to
Well, see,
stop. Like
yeah, you get burnt out, but the thing is, you don't have the time to burn out.
exactly,
So you-
like that's. So how do you cope with this situation? Because it's not good. Like mentally, it's not good for you, is it? So like, I'll start with you then, kind of like, have you experienced burnout and like,
Yeah, subtitling
yeah,
burns you out pretty quick. So
I can imagine a tedious task. Like,
I don't know. The easiest thing for me was just like, you know, well, at the beginning of YouTube, it was like every 4 days, got to upload every 4 days, and I did
you
that.
do not take a break.
No,
You don't.
so I
You are
did
aware, of
that.
course.
I did that for like 3 years. It was like 4 days, upload. And I was burning out, and I was like, you know what? Nobody. There was times where I uploaded after the 5th day, and no one noticed. I was
Yeah.
like, huh. I guess that was sort of like self-imposed. So I just, you know, if I'm burning out or whatever, I just take a day. I don't
Yeah.
burn out for long. Like if I'm like, I don't want to edit, I don't want to subtitle, I'm not fucking doing it. Within like a day, I'm like, I miss it.
Yeah.
I go straight back to it. But I don't subtitle my
That's
videos
fair.
anymore as well. So
Yeah, but like, I mean, it's nice that you can take a day and kind of feel like you can come back. But do you feel like you should take longer at times. Like you should literally give yourself like a full week out, 2 weeks out. Like, is it plausible for you to do that? Are you going to burn yourself out more by like preparing for that time away?
Well, usually like when we go away places, if I go to Iceland for a week or
Yeah.
on holidays, then I have to edit and draw thumbnails and videos at the exact same time.
Okay.
So I'm going from like, oh, I'm going to get one video up in 5 days to I need to get one video up in 5 days and a video for while I'm away. So I'm editing like 2 at once and I'm drawing 2 at once. But isn't really an issue. It's just instead of having like a healthy day, like most days I have, I just go like 3 or 4 days where they aren't healthy days.
Yeah.
And then once they're done, I go and take a break. But
Okay.
like I said, I don't subtitle my own videos anymore. DCS does them. So I have like all
That
the
gives
time.
you that bit of space then, at least.
Yeah, it takes me about 2 days to do the edit. It takes me about like half a day or maybe the full day to do the thumbnail.
Oh, so I suppose that's you kind of finding that break.
Yeah.
Like you were able to figure out the workload and go, right, this is the one that I need to, find help with.
Although in fairness, now that DCS does the subtitles, I use that extra time to go a bit even more ham on the videos.
So you're just finding more work for yourself.
I just replaced work with work, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like you're not giving yourself that break, are you?
it's fun.
If you enjoy
But
it.
I don't know. Like I just the burnout for me doesn't last long.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like I don't want a subtitle, I don't. And then the next day I'm like, oh fuck, I'm bored, man.
I'm gonna
And
subtitle.
then I'm gonna
today.
subtitle.
What about you, Sam?
I was thinking about it because you told me about this beforehand, and I kind of been thinking about it recently as well. Anyway, because we went away for a couple of days camping, and I was like leading up to it. I was like, I'm gonna do as much like a bunch of work, get a bunch of stuff done, so that while we're away, I can just focus on that. But unfortunately for me, I just can't switch off my brain. So even if I have days off, I just can't switch it off.
That's why
And
I feel
there's
like a short
always-
amount of time just isn't enough. You've got to give yourself enough time to get yourself out of that work mode, and then you can start like relaxing after like the 3, 4, 5 days.
The issue though I find, and I've found this for years when it's come to like streaming and stuff, is the more you stream, the easier it is. And the more days and days and days you do it. So like for instance, I used to, start at 10, fucking sometimes end at 10, and I'd go to sleep, I'd get up, I'd stream, and it would just be normal for that to be my day. So it would be a case of like, I stop, sleep, start again, and it's like, cool, I can't wait to do it. Like, it just feels natural to continue going on.
Mm-hmm.
But then as soon as you take time off from doing it, it starts to feel unnatural. You fall out of your routine of doing it, and it ends up being something that, like for me anyway, I used to take weekends off. I'd have the weekend off, and then come to Sunday, and I'd get really anxious and really uncomfortable, and then Monday morning would happen, and I'd sit there with this pit in my stomach, like, fuck, I don't want to do it. But if I had then streamed throughout the weekend and carried on, Monday would come, and it would just be natural, just be like, okay, let's go. Like as though I've not missed a step at all. I'm just straight in, like every single day carrying on. So it's one of those things where you do feel burnout, but unfortunately, there's so many different things about like the content we do that we can't actually stop. If you take days off, you notice. If it's in terms of viewership or this or that or the other, if you take a week off, you notice. You have to, unfortunately with Twitch, you need to stream basically every day. You need to be consistent every day. And you need to be engaging every day. And all of those, as well as everything else, just leads to you cannot take time off. And it's fine if you really enjoy what you do and everything, and that's great. But I mean, I haven't really got time for other hobbies or anything like that.
I enjoy playing games when I have time off, but like during my time off, I get burnt out of that. But like you guys have to play games. Like,
Well, it was really weird
You can
because
get fed up of that. Like, there is such a thing as getting fed up of playing a
I
game
think,
all the
like,
time. Like, you know.
You know, if I was just a WoW streamer and YouTuber, I think I would have burnt out after the first year.
So you think
Yeah,
the
it
fact,
makes sense.
Variety.
the fact that it's variety makes it easier? Or?
Variety is
the
really
spice
nice.
of life.
Yeah. Okay.
But like before we went camping, I was like everything I was involved with. I don't know. This is something else. I don't know. But everything I was like involved with, all the games we were playing, everything. I was so excited to like be doing them. Like every moment I wanted, I was like, I'm gonna fucking play WoW. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna do the other. We went camping. We come back, and all my motivation to do any of that was just gone. I was literally like, just don't want to fucking do anything. It wasn't like boredom or anything. I just had no desire to do anything. It was really weird.
Those moods can happen quite.
And I've slowly started to come back into it where I'm like, okay.
That's weird. Like, I came back from Oakwood and I was like, I'm going to stream a day early. I did Cult of the Lamb for like 8 hours.
But like, when I'm in that situation where I can play games all the time, I get like really like lethargic, I guess, and kind of like
Yeah.
I'll just sit around and like I know I can do things, but I'm just like
I don't really want to. I don't know. It kind of feels like one of the other things is if you take time off, and I think it's a common thing, where if you take time off to do anything else, you think, like say you play games without streaming it, you think, or I do anyway, I'm like, this is something I could literally just be streaming. There's no point in me doing this off stream because I can't enjoy this because one, I'm taking content from people who would watch me, and that not only negatively affects them, it negatively affects me as well because I'm denying myself a possibility of making income on this, and it's just a shitty feeling just sitting there like I can't get absorbed into games as much anymore because
I'm the same.
And I
Off
think
stream, I just struggle.
I think I've reached the point where games and streaming is a job, and it's not like it is still fun to do, but it is unfortunately gotten to a point where
there are
They go
times
hand
where
in
it
hand.
is. Yeah,
and it's
so-
just unfortunately across that point where as fun as it is, if I jack off every single day, like all day every day, eventually I'm gonna get tired of jacking off no matter how much I enjoy it. Like it's a very
Content.
but the content, yeah. There's only so much you can come and enjoy that dopamine before that starts getting a bit tiring. And a bit of like, fuck, I need someone else to get my monkey brain going.
I haven't reached that.
No.
No, I still, like, when I'm not
Maybe
streaming, I
it's-
can get sucked into games.
I
I'm
mean,
struggling at the moment.
I always played single player games, so like I
I've been-
get proper.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I
you
turned
have
on
been,
fucking
yeah.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot the other day, and I sat there for like, was it 11 hours, and played it because like I basically
That's a
I
long
hadn't
time.
played like
It is a
a
long-
game
you just
for
got
like
all day.
properly for like a month while I was away, and I came back and my brain was just kind of like out of it. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like I was so
Yeah.
removed from everything. I said that the first day that I came into the office. I was just like, I feel so like just removed from society because I was away for a month.
Yeah.
And then like the moment I sat in front of a computer, I was like, right, I'm just gonna like, you know, shut off and like play this. And then it was like 11 hours later, and I was like,
That's the thing about, like, you say taking breaks. Like, if we go somewhere for a week, but halfway through the week, Ebbs is like, I want to play games.
I had that when we were camping. And like that, I think it was the first or second night, I was like, fuck, I want to play League. I just want to be home and play League right now. Jesus.
Like, Ebbs complains that I can't reasonably take a holiday longer than a week because I just can't smash the workload out long enough for 2 weeks to go away.
It's
Yeah.
really
But
tough.
like,
to
should be
go away.
halfway through the holiday, like for a week, going, I fucking miss games, I'm done.
I think it might, I don't know, it might be a bit different because, like, obviously you spend your time editing and creating the videos and stuff,
Yeah.
and you do that on your own with the content. Whereas, like, obviously me, Daz, the Ebbs, Glenn, too, a little bit anyway, because you also make your own videos and stuff. I don't know, we have that opposite kind of thing happen to our mindset. So maybe it is just like a different creative processes because
Suppose that once you're
obviously-
done streaming, like,
That's it.
You're done until the next stream.
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
literally turn it off, and it's like, okay, boom.
When I'm done streaming, I'm like, do I go edit? Do I draw
Yeah.
a thumbnail? Should I play this game? I've been playing the remaster of Baldur's Gate 2 Dark Alliance.
Nice.
Man, nostalgia.
Good, right?
That fucking mansion still creeps me out. It's so fucking weird.
The third one's outish at the moment, isn't it?
I never played anything other than Dark Alliance 2.
Baldur's Gate 3 is like
It is. It's
it's
in.
not finished.
Yeah, it's in like weird early access, isn't it?
That's the
Yeah.
only
Yeah,
Baldur's
interesting.
Gate game I played.
Because we bought
Gary
it
about
years
playing
ago. Like I own it ages ago, and I've never played it. So I'm like, I want to wait for it to fully come out, and then we can go
Yeah.
through it
I
together
remember,
as a
yeah,
group.
You
we
played
played
it,
it, and it was such a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Like everything just
They have
constantly broke.
added an update since you played
Yeah.
with like more story content as well, I believe. But like, I don't want to like part play a story. I want
That's
to
it.
be
I
able to-
just want to kind of like wait till it's all done and then go through
Yeah,
it
the
all.
problem was that we had like really bad desyncing fights.
Yeah.
Where like you would do your move, everyone else wouldn't see your move, and then the lobby just seized. So you're like,
That's
fuck.
so weird.
And like,
Yeah.
you know, if it had been a particularly long fight, you'd be like, oh, we gotta do it all over again. And then after like, I mean, when we came close to playing it for 3 hours, we were like, I'm so fucking ready for this to be done.
That's the worst thing when you get like that. To be fair though, you are quite a not even quite. You are a fucking massive workaholic. So I assume when you when you switch off and you're like holidays coming, you just everything's gone, and you're like, cool. I've set up stuff that's gonna fill in the gap for when I'm not there. I can focus entirely on a holiday and just enjoy yourself. Whereas obviously everybody else is like, I'm not streaming. My content's dying. My community's dying.
Yeah, I suppose that's the thing for me. It's like while we're away, I have content going up,
Yeah.
so I'm like, I'm good. I may not stream for a week, but hopefully people are still
The
there when I
videos,
come
yeah.
back.
Mate, I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
when we, like, in the future, I'm just gonna record myself off stream and just put it up as a fucking,
You
as
can,
a rerun on
you
Twitch
you can pre-record stuff
and just put them up,
and
can't
put it
you?
up. They don't do as well, but you can mark them as
Yeah.
pre-recorded content.
I'm just gonna fucking do that and, I don't know, play me?
Just-
Video, yeah, fucking video me playing with myself.
You should do that thing that Hassan
Pornhub.
does, right? He'll put I don't know what, like political videos up, but when he leaves the chair, he has this repeating loop of his cam where he's just like this. He's just like
That's a good idea.
that, and it just loops.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that before. And I was like, I'm just so sure he wasn't wearing that outfit.
That's a
And he
good
comes
idea.
back. I'm like, oh, that's good.
I'm just gonna do a fucking random VODs to fill in days. When I'm not feeling up to it, I'll just stay up till 4 a.m. recording stuff, and then just chuck it up and just not interact with chat at all because it's a VOD.
Have random conversations with yourself as well. Like,
I just sat there and
Did
be like,
you-
haha, nice one, John. That was great. Thanks for the gifted subs. Yeah.
Did you want to do me and dad's as well? Or?
Yes. So,
Okay.
Of course he did.
who wants to go
Well,
first?
no, you just want to hear from us.
Who
not
wants to
you.
go first?
You're on real
Let's
quick.
go with Mr. We're not going to go with Mr. Burnout first then.
I burnt out.
No, Daz.
I've gone in Daz. Let's see it. Let's see it.
I'll pull
well,
my pants.
I pulled my pants. Both have said it perfectly.
Oh, mate, sorry. Getting sucked into a game and streaming it and everything. When New World come out.
Oh, we were all gone into that.
Oh, I wish that
Dude.
came out again. That would be so fucking
Dude,
good.
they
I
did
loved
the
it.
perfect reverse MMO.
Oh,
It gets worse the longer you play.
I fucking love
Is
mate.
it still going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
They made it
first
better or
week
something.
of us all playing New World was the greatest. It was the greatest fucking thing in the
Sorry,
world.
mate, there'll
Oh
be the
my
right
God.
MMO and we'll be straight back in.
Yeah, but it won't be quite the same, will it?
I
I hope it will. I can't
Mate,
wait.
they already,
the riot demo when we're all in like bloody retirement homes.
Yeah. One where, 48.
But at least
No,
we'll
no.
have plenty of time to play it. Then
I reckon it'd
Yeah.
be a couple of years, man. They're probably crunching the fuck out of their devs, So
Yeah.
I think we're probably going to be waiting 6-7 years.
You
Probably.
reckon?
Well, that long?
They announced
Bloody
it
hell.
what
2-3
3
years
years
ago?
ago, wasn't
Something like that. It'll probably come out in another 2-3 years, I'd say.
We've seen nothing.
Yeah. We've
If
seen
it's
nothing
like
of Project
6-7
Alba.
years
It's almost
though, by
done.
that time, Riot will probably get fucking cancelled,
that's
and
the
then we can't
fighting
play
game.
it.
We've seen stuff on the fighting game.
You know,
The first cancel didn't work.
well,
Second one's not going to work
that's what I
either.
mean, like-
Like,
I think I've been Riot. So the difference between Riot and Blizz is that Riot seem to take action on the issues. It's still probably a problem.
They just paid people under
But
the
like
desk.
the problem
They're
is
even under the desk. They paid it off.
Yeah.
they appear to be doing something, whereas Blizzard appears to be shredding documents. You know.
Yeah, actually,
But,
that's a fair point.
I
That's
mean,
a fair point.
they did make it clear that they were making changes in the workplace because the issues were clearly there. Like, I mean, maybe let's not get too
All
into
big
this.
Yeah,
companies
it's
are
not
garbage.
They have statements.
Anyway, Mr.
Yeah.
Burnout, do you want to fucking tell us? Sorry for interrupting you. New World was
You
slamming.
gave him shit
Sorry.
for not telling you. You fucking interrupted.
Hey, New World is fucking
This
slamming.
tangent's
I
gone.
love, mate.
Interrupted and went, "Fuck you, Daz, for not telling us."
It was so fucking. Oh, mate, I love New World. It was
I
fucking
enjoyed that as
slamming.
well. It was good. It's just a shame it got so bad after time.
Yeah. Should we go back to it?
No.
I don't think it was.
You got like a little excited then, like "Ooh, maybe we can play
A
it
small
again.
part of me was
Me
like,
and Sam were spoken about playing it again.
should we
Really?
Yeah,
should we make a resurgence and have all of
Mate.
us go back for a couple of days? And it's
I
like,
want to play Albion, but nobody will play it with me.
I don't even know what that game
tried
is. It's not
tried
a
it?
You
mobile
spoke to
game.
me about it.
It's supposed to be quite good,
and
isn't it?
like,
Isn't there a mobile game?
no.
We had PC and mobile.
Oh.
It's sort of like
Is it the one that's kind of RuneScape like?
yeah, it's sort of like a newer RuneScape.
You want to touch knees with me?
No, you just like pushing on it. Like,
Anyway,
so it's
Mr.
like,
Burnout.
No, carry on. What's the other MMO?
No. Come on, Mr. Burnout. Let's go.
You know what's really getting that?
Bro. No, I was going to say they both said it perfectly. Like when I did YouTube.
We're a cop out.
Cop out.
I'm getting
absolute
into
cop
it.
out. Oh
Wait,
my god.
did we decide not to upload to your channel anymore?
Yeah.
Is that what we said?
I remember
like-
specifically when I stopped uploading
So-
to my YouTube
Oh,
channel.
fuck, mate,
Oh.
when Daz kept uploading, I just burnt out. Like,
Yeah.
I literally have it in here about you stopping, and I want to know if this is like related to burnout.
It was.
Because like when people are burnt out, they get like negative thoughts about the situation.
Mate,
And,
he's
like,
100 Thieves
I
Frosty.
don't want to do this anymore.
Say.
said he's 100 Thieves Frosty.
I don't know who that is.
That's who we were talking
Yeah,
about
we
earlier.
talked
I wasn't
So-
listening.
Oh, fair.
So tell us about your burnout, and then I want you to go into like your YouTube content and why it stopped.
Did it start the burnout because it was so shit?
Yeah, mate.
Your content sucked, so you just
The
stopped
views
doing
went
it.
down and it was
I
after.
mean, it was
Among
never
Us,
really
mate.
up, was it?
We're never going to find out.
Among Us had a peak.
Right, on to Glenn.
Nah, that was Glenn. Among
Glenn,
Us.
how's Burnout?
Dale asks you, and then you start talking, and Dale's face is like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, Sam, let him talk."
Can't wait for the
Hey, I'm looking. Just hold on, hold on. I'm looking at Daz, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, "This is it." And I'm like, "Yeah, we can fucking
literally
joke."
the comments from
We'll
the
actually find out what it is if we let him talk.
Come on.
All right,
Yeah,
Daz.
but it's funnier this way.
Daz,
isn't
why did you decide to get lazy?
what?
it? Lazy boy, lazy boy.
I think I'm the opposite. Thank you.
JK, come on, let's go. Come on.
No, it was like you said. So, I was doing YouTube and I'd spend all week doing YouTube. And then I got to subtitling. I got burnt out of that. And then I thought, if I strip away...
Oh, mate, can I interrupt you a sec, right?
Go ahead.
I said, right, whenever the boys were starting YouTube channels, I said to every single one, don't subtitle it. Just don't. And what they fucking do, they subtitle it. I literally said it's not worth your time.
Yeah, but it looks good.
It does look good. And people start asking for it and then you just like... I may as well now.
What? Just say, fuck off, go to auto caption.
I did at the end, but it wasn't enough of that. So yeah, like I always put out the one video a week, and then the Patreon started, and then I stupidly made promises of like give early access to like higher tiered, so I had to push it out a day early.
Yeah, you got another
I was
deadline then.
subtitling. I got so burnt out with that I had extra time, but as Kaif said, you kind of fill that time more on the video itself.
Why didn't you just...
Put the other one out a day later.
You're like, oh, I have to put up a day early. Why don't you just put the main video out a day late?
Well, that's what I was doing.
But you said the Patreon's got it a day early.
No, what I mean
Well,
is
shit,
like,
he cancelled his YouTube for nothing now.
We've solved the
Why
problem.
did you give him this
what
platform?
I mean was I'd get like so invested in my video. I'd spend far too long. I spent way too long on my edits, and
Why's that?
my OCD. Literally, like I said, I shaved time off. I'd
Those
cut out
old man
something.
fingers.
I'd cut something out, but then I'd spend extra on like just making sure like transitions are fine and adding
Yeah,
extra
yeah, yeah.
effects. I'd put in the extra work. As Kai said earlier, you
Should have
just,
spent the time to make it funny.
Oh,
He's getting rinsed by a
mate!
poor man. Like,
I cut,
so sorry.
mate. I cut the
Glenn's
camera
here, like,
to
yeah,
us.
it's not me.
I cut the camera to us for a second just to hear what you'd said, like to hopefully have it there, and then I swapped it back, and then it dawned on me what you had said, and I was like, swap straight back again.
Daz is like, why
I'm
did I
sorry.
come?
He's made himself a target. He made himself a target.
So
I
there's
don't
a
know
comment.
if he did. I
It's because
wonder
you
if
called
I
out
made it.
earlier too early. You're like, yes, I had burnout.
I gotta make it clear. I liked your videos. They were good.
Yeah,
I,
I
did.
were
liked
good.
them, but
I
I'm
miss
sorry.
them.
I'm gonna have to move this.
I didn't.
yeah, that's fine.
No,
I don't think I've ever watched one of your videos.
that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, I know you don't do them anymore. That's why.
That's okay. I mean, it's fair because Daz doesn't watch the podcast. So.
True.
You don't have to watch this when you're in it.
But I do watch them.
He's lying.
No, I do.
doesn't
He
watch
watched one the other day actually.
Do you?
Yeah,
I do
he
watch
did.
them.
Yeah, you
I
watched
just
the
didn't
one with
watch enough
Joe.
of those early ones to get the references, and then
Enough.
you boys are immediately like, he doesn't watch them.
Enough. It was one podcast.
I didn't watch enough of it.
The
I didn't
first
get the
one.
reference. Yeah, I didn't watch enough of it.
Imagine
Didn't
not
watch
watching
the
a
whole
full one.
Yeah.
Every one of Glenn's videos that comes
The
up,
last few
I
I've watched all
watched
of
the
them.
entire way through, even the shit bits.
I
Cheers, bro.
watch all of Glenn's
I got you.
videos and
I
then
got
I
you,
scroll down and I feel sad.
Oh man, that's something else. Oh, I'm like, that was a really nice video, Scott. Oh,
We go in there now. We go in there.
people hate
That was a good
me.
video. Glenn, scroll down. I wish Kaif wasn't in it.
Why do you play with these people?
Man, if I was Glenn's friend, I wouldn't let him deal with this stuff. Man, Glenn would be such a good friend if he was mine. I've read comments like that.
So Daz, why'd you get lazy?
This is tangented off again. This is tangented off again. No, I don't know. I became such a perfectionist, and in the end, I
So you were too good for your own videos.
didn't like them in the end.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I over
Like,
edited.
yeah,
Why don't you get an editor?
At the time, I
was
couldn't
it
afford
worth it at the time though? Like that's
No,
the thing.
like now. What's stopping you from being like, you can edit it.
it.
They don't make money.
Mate, he needs
Yet.
content to edit. Almost all of his content is Joe, so he can't do
He's
that
getting
without paying
fucking
Joe
rinsed
85%.
now.
Now, you do enough like away from the group as well, like single player stuff, Pokemon, that kind of thing. That like it could be very plausible. Like.
No, the editing thing has come up before. Before Decius started doing all of Kaif's clips and the subtitling, he did offer as well. But it was like, at the time, I just didn't know. I didn't want to pass off all that responsibility to someone. I didn't know how it would turn out. I don't know. I was apprehensive. I haven't really thought about it since.
Is this something you'd consider going back to?
Yeah, yeah. If the YouTube was to come back, it'd be shorts or something like that. It wouldn't be proper videos.
Okay.
But no, I got too into my own head. I got burnt out. Nothing I was putting out, even though people liked it, the toxic part of my brain, I was just like, nah, I'm not happy with this. So I literally...
Wait, it's because you ignored everything I said, and then you and I think it was you and Rob constantly would together being like, oh, YouTube's so shit. Nobody can make it. It's so bad.
No, that wasn't me. That was him.
I think it was all three of you.
I was never looking in the numbers kind of thing.
Fight.
No, I took a break. It was meant to be a month break from YouTube. But then I
3 years
started...
later.
That's
he
a
took a
long
month's
fucking
break.
month, like.
Yeah, he took a month's break
in
and
that
he
month.
really fucking liked it.
In that month, I started streaming. And I got addicted.
So you didn't stream before?
No.
Okay.
I fully put everything into streaming. And I
The
just...
stream does well now, though.
To be honest, I barely knew who the fuck you were, Daz. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
He had no clue, so...
you were one of the people that joined while I wasn't
You were,
around.
yeah.
That's when we were playing cards.
Yeah,
essentially.
basically, like
I remember the days where the two of you were like, there's all these new people in the Discord and I
Yeah.
don't feel welcome. I don't want to know them
But
all.
no,
'cause
no,
they
we
seem-
didn't though.
They seem like our
We didn't
sucking
know
leeches,
anyway.
Yeah.
and how right you were.
I didn't say that.
it felt weird coming back in,
Yeah.
and like there was so many people there all of a sudden, and like
That's because everybody left.
now one of them's living with me.
Our sucking leech.
There was a time on
Still
our
a
Discord where you
Australia.
guys went,
Yeah.
back to work
I
and all
used
that
to do
stuff.
it-
Yeah, that's what it was. It was work. Like
And
Yeah.
I was like, you need people to
play.
raid with.
Yeah,
I'd get home at like 6, maybe 7, 8 some nights. I'm just like, the last thing I want to do is go on the computer. Like,
Yeah, but I was moving into a new job, which was completely new to me as well. And like, I don't know, I struggled to find that kind of like middle ground. Like, how can I balance this out to the point that I was just like, I'm just going to stop playing games. And I did for a long time. And then when I was like living close to Glen, the first thing I started playing again was like the card games. So, and then eventually I led back to being in the PC again.
Nice. Love how Glenn was like, all these new people. And he starts a YouTube and he's like, hey.
Where them new people at?
New people
not
are-
in that context.
Sometimes get roasted.
He wanted his own leeches. That sucked his ass.
Wow.
Glenn's like, I loved community gamers all along.
Mate, I mean,
Never
first,
said anything
hold on.
bad. Like.
First, it was the other week where he was like, I hate America, but I
Which
love
I
America.
don't.
Come back, please.
still does.
No, I
need-
don't hate
I need the
America.
money, America, come back. And now he's like, I hate community, but I love community. Come make my videos better.
I've got no issue with community life.
So,
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I heard you saying the other day how much you hated their guts.
nice one.
Mate, honestly,
Like
camera.
coming from the person who genuinely hates them. Like,
yeah, this is so
like,
like
you
disingenuous
actually
coming
hate
from
them, like,
Sam.
Hey, we've already spoken about my issues with people last week, but you would know that if you watched the podcast.
Yeah, you hate anyone who breathes
Hey,
He likes Matthew.
for a while.
I'm not talking about that. Nah, I like Matt. Nah, I said already about my own hate, where it's like, I really like what I've got. Like, I love my group of friends. I love the people that I've got. I love my life as it is. Anybody new is a threat to that because it could change it. So no, genuinely, that's how my brain.
And Sam's like,
Yeah, that's how my brain perceives it.
exterminate.
I'm bearing my soul to you, cunt. Fuck you. I'm being
So was
genuine.
Daz, but we bullied the fuck out
I
of
don't
him
give a
just
fuck.
now.
That doesn't matter right
He's
now. I
telling
do.
There
Daz
was literally on the last podcast I was on, so many comments like, it's weird. A podcast about Daz. There's very little Daz. And I just started talking and interrupted. I was like, here we go.
We're
Get a
just bullying
grip.
that couch.
Get
right
a
now.
grip. That's
Here we
why.
go again. Here we go.
We don't want Daz.
Exactly. It seems so.
No, but yeah, it's a trauma thing from my past. So fuck you, Glenn.
You're like,
Did that
that,
to your hand,
like that
didn't
jealous girlfriend when someone new turns up.
It's not even that.
Are
It's
you hot? Would you fuck her?
no, it's not that at all. It's literally it's abandonment issues, and that's it. It's like things will change, and I'll be left behind. And I fucking talked about this before. Anyway, whatever.
I
fuck
loved
you,
the Johanna thing.
Why are you saying fuck me like?
Because
I
you were the
didn't-
one who took her out on me. Fuck you.
What did I take out on
Yeah,
you?
you took her out on me. Fuck you.
Repeat exactly what he said.
Fuck you.
about?
Fuck you, Glenn.
Okay.
I repeat what Glenn said.
No.
Literally gaslighting the fuck out of me. Like,
He doesn't know what you said.
Glenn,
He feels attacked and he's
Glenn.
lashing out.
you're taking this too seriously, mate. I'm joking. Chill. Back to you. Go on. Talk about Burnout or some shit. I don't care.
Right, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Were you done, Daz?
No,
So-
but I don't care.
No, I want to hear more.
I thought it was Glenn's go, not yours.
Daz is still going.
Oh, was
still
he?
going.
I'm
You're
sorry,
trying to give
carry
it a Daz, like.
on. No, genuinely. Carry on.
I don't matter, man.
So like, obviously we've talked about Burnout with like YouTube and stuff, but like now that you're just streaming, do you get them days? Because you seem like pretty on it with like your schedule and stuff, and like, when you stream, you stream early and you do stream for like long hours.
No, carry on.
All right.
I wonder if this is going.
No, you were talking. I had the camera on them, and I just zoned out so I could like go back. I had the camera on
so
them when you were
stream
talking.
for like long hours. Like I've seen like obviously there's days where you're up at like you start and you stream at like 10 in the morning, and then you're ending at 10 at night. Like
Who are you streaming to?
Who am I
Fucking
streaming to?
owls or something.
What?
Like, who the fuck is up at 10? Oh, America.
And Australia.
And Australia, yeah.
America's not up at 10. No, 10 o'clock in the morning for them is like
Night-
5 in the
nighttime.
early
morning.
hours in the morning.
4
Yeah.
or 5 in the morning for
Everyone's
America.
like me, though.
No.
Surprisingly
Amer-
not.
like America's like 6-7 hours behind us.
Yeah, it's like what?
Australia's
4 a.m.
the-
for them. That's
Austro-
like peak gaming hours.
Australia is the ones that's up.
Okay.
You're a bad influence with that shit, by the way.
Yeah.
When you're like, hey, 2 a.m, you all want to play
6
League?
a.m.
Yeah, 2 in the
And
morning.
then
You
like
play
6
League.
a.m, I go to bed and I've got to get up at 9.
It's like what, like 5 a.m. Dale's like, last one. I'm like, Dale, we just lost. We gotta end on a win, bro. And if we end on a win, we gotta end on a loss.
Good lord.
It's bad though, because like I literally like we could start at like 1, 2 in the morning, and I'm like, I'll go a couple of games, and then I just get so into it when we play League at that time for some reason. Like it is just the peak League hours. Like it
Peak
just feels
gaming
it
hours.
feels so good at that time. Like I don't know why, but yeah,
It's fun with your mates.
But,
You have
I'm
no
a bit more
responsibilities at 2 a.m.
I'm a bit more like self-conscious now because
You
like
feel
I'm
like you're up like over your bedtime. You're just like I'm
Yeah.
breaking the rules.
I feel like I feel like a rebel.
boy.
I'm a bad boy.
But like it's just been like I with my last housemate I never cared like about being too loud, and when you're there and I'm like playing at that time I'm like, oh, shit, what if I wake Daz? Like
Fuck
I don't
that.
care.
I don't know how
You've made
heavy,
that evidently.
yeah, I don't know how heavy a sleeper you are. Like
That you're gonna
I'm
test.
heavy.
I just go in and fucking scream in his room. You awake?
The difference is, though, is your last housemate had like a job where he had to get up to go somewhere, didn't you? Or didn't he? Sorry.
Yeah.
Daz doesn't have to do that. He just rolls out of bed and switches on a computer. So you would have thought you'd be the other way around.
I'm not gonna discredit the fact that like he works from home, like you know.
You just care about me more.
He didn't even
No,
work.
no.
Like he goes into the office quite regularly.
You're not discrediting
Yeah,
it.
Daz, COVID's
I
over.
am.
Back to the office, bitch.
Oh,
Because I do exactly the same thing.
fair.
He's like, I'm fucking here right now.
COVID, that's controversial. COVID.
That is
Yeah.
controversial, yeah.
We were in a stadium last night, by the way, with 60,000 people. Kife's there, like, what?
What?
You didn't tell me this before. I did COVID test this morning, by the way.
Okay, cool.
But it won't
Hey.
come through till like 3 days later. So it's-
COVID's not over. We test every week in this office. I do.
I test regularly.
You made me do
mate,
it.
that was the nod of like, yeah.
Yeah. You've seen me do them.
Do you want to know something good we did last night? I didn't tell you about this one. But we went to the wrestling last night, the WWE Clash of the Castle, yeah.
Yeah.
And there was one match on. We had this guy behind us, and he was just shouting all sorts of stuff all the way through. And he was like, he gave me a free back massage, like a stranger, like this guy from Manchester, just started massaging me. And then I turned around, and he was like, that one was for free. Like this stranger. I was like, cool. But this is just COVID related. Anyway, one of the wrestlers spat at the other wrestler. This guy just gets him out to see it, like shouts. What was it? It was like, hey, you can't do that.
Yeah.
It's COVID about.
Oh my
But like
God.
these one-liners this guy was coming up with was fucking hilarious all night. Were they like?
It was good.
You should tell everyone what happened when you got back to the office last night.
Oh, okay. I saw some guy and a woman walking up the street, and they went to like a corner over there, and I could see him like plain sight. They must not have seen me, and like he was messing around with his trousers, and I was like, "What the fuck's going on there?" Like, and then 2 cars drove past down the street, and they like kind of stopped what they were doing. The cars went. So they were like, "Oh, this corner clearly isn't safe." They went to the other corner. And the other corner was on the other side of the road from me, which means they were in clear view of me at this point. Like I could see them right there. And then she gets down on her knees and he whips his fucking pants down, like, you know, so his ass is on show. And then fellatio is performed. So I come upstairs and I'm like, guys, there's a guy getting sucked off outside. Like, and nobody
No one
moved.
believes you.
Right? Nobody moved. Nobody believed me. So I went to the window. I opened it, looked out the window. I was like, go on, lad. And everyone was like, oh, what? Like, I was like, it's genuine. Like, so everyone got up and had a look and could see this guy getting sucked off just down the street. Like, it was, yeah, it happened. You loved it, didn't you?
It's funny.
But
Oh, mate, too much happens on that street. Like,
it's a
change.
shambles.
there's
That
a
street
shambles
is a
out on that street, yeah. Like, was that your belly?
Yeah, I thought you
Fucking hell.
farted, like, ass coming up on mic. Guys.
Yeah, probably.
Fuck me.
Like,
The hell?
Can we, like, increase the audio?
like the junkies on this street, man. It's
It's
wild.
rough. Like, it is
Like
rough.
I I was driving down the road last week, and I think they were having a drug deal in the middle of the road.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise
So
me.
me and Eb sort of had to like wait because they were in the middle of the road doing it, and like they looked at me and they turned to me like they're like, "You're interrupting." I'm like, "I'm fucking driving." driving on the road.
I
So
fucking beeped like.
I
"Get the fuck
had
out of the
to
way."
like squeeze around them on the road to go past, and I was like, "Man, they don't give a fuck around here."
Chances are they don't have an house, so I probably would have got out the car like.
You probably would have fought them.
Yeah. Trapped them. But yeah.
It's a joke. It's an ongoing joke. It's a
ongoing
meme.
joke.
Of Dale fighting
Joke.
homeless people.
Yeah, it's a
Maybe.
joke. It has context.
Anyway, Burnout.
Oh yeah, why'd you burn out, Daz?
I've forgotten what I was saying.
He's
Where we
burned
were.
out of this podcast.
I
right
am
now,
burnt out now. You were talking about my hours and
Yeah.
Going
So you
live,
do
so-
long hours. I wanted to know about like, obviously there was a burnout point with YouTube.
Yeah.
But what is like was there a burnout point with has there been like burnout with the stream because you do work such long hours in there,
I
but you
don't
seem to
know.
enjoy it so much more from what I see.
Sam was touching on this subject as well. It's
Well, where can I go?
You burnt out of existence. Like.
he's
Yeah, we're
fucking
never gonna
gone.
get to Glenn.
It feels weird not streaming for me now.
Okay.
If I take days off, like Kai said, I get bored and I'm just like, why aren't I working?
Mate, you definitely took the harder job. I wouldn't say harder, but you took the job where like you can't really stop.
Yeah, there's
I
less
enjoy it more
planning
weirdly,
involved
though.
in it, right? But like you are forced to do it consistently.
Yeah, like
Yeah, yeah.
you know, if I want to take a week off, I schedule stuff. If you want to take a week off, unlucky.
Yeah, pretty much. My
Yeah.
chat are always saying to take breaks, but I don't know. It's just hard.
They're
should do more.
they're trying to give you a hint.
Let's go away.
Fuck off.
I already know my content shit, mate. No, but I don't know. It's I don't take enough time off, but I also don't want to.
Fair. Like I mean,
I enjoy it.
That's
so,
the thing, and like it's fun.
Yeah, it's
Like,
really fun.
Streaming is really fun. Playing new games is fun as well.
And you were talking about how you play something off stream. Like I've started all these things with like Spider-Man, Skyrim.
yeah.
I physically can't play them off stream. I'm like, I don't want chat to miss out on this.
so you get bored because you have so many of these things planned for stream.
I don't plan enough for myself
that-
off
yeah.
stream.
So then you feel like I want to play this, therefore I want to stream.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good thing to do because it forces yourself into the streaming.
Pretty much,
But
but
then at the same time, like for me, I find streaming very like mentally draining.
yeah.
And like if I were to start something on stream, I'd either like never finish the game because I'd never go live, or like, you know, I'd just end up sacking it off on stream and
To be fair,
playing
mate,
it regardless.
you
Like,
get used to that. That the whole like mental drain does go away after you're used to it.
It's like
Yeah.
exercise.
it's
Where,
I
like,
always
you get
find it
used
like
to.
I don't know, like when I did the Ark one like not too long ago, and like after I was like, fuck me, like this is harder than a full day of work where I'm
Yeah,
like,
like,
physically fucking doing something.
You stream, like when you first start streaming, and you come off and you're like, I'm going to fucking bed. Like
Yeah.
you're mentally drained. But after you've done long streams for like consecutively for a long time, you come off that and you're like, I'm gonna go play some League. I need some fucking stimulation.
Yeah, well, I mean, you get like a newfound respect for it when you try it yourself, like because like it can always seem like, oh, they're just playing games, but no,
Yeah.
they're entertaining someone.
That's the thing
Like,
about
yeah,
outside
they-
perspectives. They're like, oh yeah, you guys just play games.
Yeah, no,
You make stupid money and it's really easy. And
you've
rather
got
than
to try it yourself to really
Yeah.
understand,
rather than
like, what's
argue
going
with
on.
people, you just go on then.
Yeah, you do it then if you think it's easy money.
If it's,
like,
the,
have a
if it's
go.
the easiest money in the world and like our profession's a joke, off you go. Go on then. Make some money, bro.
Yeah, and like if everyone can do it, go and do it.
Yeah.
But some people just have that kind of closed opinion on it.
So why'd you burn out, Daz? Oh shit, Glenn's back.
Because my head is toxic, mate.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Mood.
So why did you burn out, Glenn?
Yeah, let's get into you now.
I guess mine's a little different because I was working initially and just made videos as like a bit of fun. Like there was never any intention to like go full time or anything. And then obviously everything blew up.
You had to
in
make
this-
that choice then. And, you know.
Yeah, it was in the space of like 6 weeks or something silly. You know, it's very condensed growth. Like, so obviously I made the decision to quit, but that was during COVID. So like we were all in lockdown. So at that point, realistically, my goal was to burn out because I'm like, it's so like rare that, you know, you get lucky on YouTube.
You just wanted to go hard.
I was just like, I gotta kind of go all in. We're in lockdown. I can't really do anything else. So I was doing like 3 videos a week, full subtitle. I can't even spell, like, you know, and I'm like full subtitling these things.
I remember the first few where you
it
would be
was-
like, "Hey boys, can you come and check my
yeah,
spelling?"
proofreader. Like,
Yeah, so like Claire used to help me like proofread and stuff. And then I was even like, I'd be talking to Kaif and you'd be like 3 a week is too much. Like slow down a little bit, maybe spread them out or whatever. But I was like,
And start fucking subtitling.
yeah, I was just like, I can't, you know, I got to go. So then I can't remember when, but obviously at some point I did, it wasn't so bad because like I said, it was kind of my plan. But then more recently, it's not necessarily burnout as in like working too hard. It's more just stress about like, I guess, performance. I mean, ultimately, not that like anyone likes to talk about it, but I guess a lot of it comes back down to income. I mean, I'm not like 18, 19, 20 anymore. You know, we're getting old. Like there is kind of like a minimum income that I need to maintain. So like if I have some months where, you know, it is kind of close to that figure, you know, you start thinking like, oh, okay, like what can I do differently? Or is it a case of like, God, do you know what I mean? Do I stop doing this? So
Yeah, I've felt the same sort of way at times, where you
Yeah.
kind of like earn like a surprise, like quite a lot less than you would at like a full time job, but you're putting in
yeah,
like just as much work, and then you kind of have that. Have you had it where it's like month by month, like there's multiple months where it's been like that, and you're like, maybe I should just go back to work.
I guess obviously
'Cause I have.
I've never really like streaming's never really been the
Oh, I
the
just
big
meant
part.
with
no,
creation
but
in general.
with YouTube, like January, like Q1 is in general like normally lower because the CPMs on YouTube are a lot lower and there's a lot less sponsorships around. So like that period can be like quite difficult. And I guess this year it tied in with that. So like there's those 3 months which is quite low, and then I had some other stuff in life that went on that was like not ideal, and then I come back and I was pretty much quite close to quitting. Well, I can't remember the month now. Maybe like March, April. But then I sat down with
What of this year?
yeah, like not that long ago. Like I was pretty like I wasn't really in an ideal situation, like income wise and stuff. And then I sat down with
Just
Yeah.
the weird thing was the start of this year,
Yeah.
like January, February, March. I struggled a lot then as well, and I think
Yeah.
quite a few of us did, and it was like I don't know what was different about it, but it was fucking bad, wasn't it? It was really bad. Sorry, carry on.
yes, but yeah. So it was those months, and then I sat down with Kaif in his office, like, and we spoke for a while, and ultimately I didn't. The only reason why I was like, I'm not going to quit now is because of like the office and everything. And I was like, it's really cool. So it's kind of like it kind of be a shame to be like, this is all kicked off. And then like, now I'm going to stop. And then like, Kaif's been helping me with making like new content. So obviously I've been doing a lot more like face cam stuff, which that's, I guess for people who don't know, that's like quite big for me because I've hidden away from cameras my entire life. So that
Yeah.
was quite daunting.
We have to wonder if Glenn has a past.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, you have to go, was Glenn there? I can't tell.
There's
you.
nothing
there's
documented,
There's
like-
just
Yeah.
no photos or anything of me. So yeah, and that's like that's been doing better, like recently. So that's kind of like I don't know, put me into a point where I'm like, oh, okay, you know, it can probably still work out. And I'm just kind of in that position now where I'm like, I'm okay because it's like it should work out, but now I've just got to like put the work in to make it work out. Like, so I guess, yeah, initially burnout, but that was because that's just me. Like I wanted to work as hard as I can. And in more recent time, just I guess, the sad reality of being a grown up, really, because that's what it is, isn't it? Like,
You've got to make that decision, like, of which way
Yeah.
you're going to go, and you've got to commit to either one.
yeah, exactly. So, and like we spoke about earlier about work, like one of the main things I miss from like so-called like normal job, like 9 to 5, whatever you want to call it, is the fact that within reason, you finish the day, you go home, and then it's like you don't think about work anymore. And then the weekends, like, do you know what I mean? You get to Friday, like in an office, Friday, everyone's like, wait, weekend, like, it's nice.
Every single person is so excited for the
Yeah, that's what I mean.
weekend
Like,
as well.
like
Yeah.
Fridays are generally nice, and normally, like not all, but most places you can finish a bit early,
Yeah.
and then you have the weekend, and you're just shut off. So, whereas with this stuff, it's like you can always do work.
Every day blurs into one.
Yeah, so like, I don't know. I guess like anything, but when things are going really well, it's it's really cool. Like it's such a cool job, and I think anyone is lucky to be able to do it. But
It can be really inconsistent, though. Like,
yeah,
and like that itself will lead to like a mental burnout. Like, so you are going to be mentally drained having to deal with this like up and down emotion
yeah,
all the time. So
I mean, the nice part about that stuff is that, like, you say everyone looks forward to Friday.
yeah.
They can only plan around Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, but I guess, which is true, and don't get me wrong, there's definitely some days where, like, I don't know, it's Wednesday and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to work today, so I don't. But I guess for me, what makes it a little harder is Claire works 9 to 5. So I can do that, but then I can't spend time with Claire because
you
she
essentially
works like a traditional job.
you have to work yourself around her
Yeah,
Monday to
and
Friday
then-
9 till 5, but then there's
Yeah.
always work for you to be doing on the weekend is on top. Like, so.
Yeah, so then that's another thing that at times I can struggle with, is because obviously a lot of our stuff is like evening based or whatever. And then that is difficult then to fit around that sort of stuff. But I guess that's more of a like personal situation.
But
that
you
I'm in,
personally
like-
are trying to work around two different schedules. Like,
Yeah.
Like, me and Ebbs can be like, oh, I want to go for a meal. And we just, it's in the
Yeah,
afternoon,
yeah.
and we're like, we just drop in somewhere, like, we just do stuff. So I can see why that'd be an issue. Sex, man.
Yeah, and then the other thing is like, obviously I'm lucky; it's the only way I'd make content. But then I work around a lot of, like, well, all you guys, right? Because all you guys help me make videos, so it's like you're working around a lot of people's schedules and stuff. But yeah, I haven't really got. I don't know. I can't think of.
So, Daz, why'd you burn out?
Fair play, you weren't interrupted, mate.
That's true, yeah, Glenn didn't get interrupted. Hey.
That's the lazy shit one, yeah?
we respect Glenn.
Oh,
So mean, lad.
Daz,
we wind you up,
I'm going to
Daz.
be honest, mate. I used all that energy up earlier, and I kind of felt like, fuck, I was interrupted way too much. I need to stop. So I've shut down, so I apologize. Next time I'll interrupt Glenn a lot.
Daz. I'm not sorry.
It's payback for
He knows I'm going to
this is-
suck him off outside the office later, so.
I'll show you the
Better
corner.
be a good one.
Oh,
You
no, I
think
know,
that-
I was there.
It was probably
Do you think that's like
it's probably
enough
on the
time
floor.
wise?
There's a
Or
patch on the floor, like with a guy
Yeah.
shitting.
right?
2 hours?
Oh, is there? Yeah.
It's
I
about
don't know,
5:30
check.
now, anyway.
It was really rough on my
Yeah.
knees, so.
You look good doing it.
Thanks.
Yeah, so let's just end the podcast. We like getting proper into my.
Man, I have to swivel around this, don't I?
Swivel
Well, like
boy.
again, like you're a weird boy. Should we end like this?
Yeah.
Sam, do you want to get in?
Oh, wow.
Pied
Just
like
them two.
Rejection.
So cute, like reading.
Thanks for joining the Tavern podcast.
It's been great having you.
Do you two want to say goodbye as well?
Goodbye, everyone.
Hold
Thank
on.
you for watching.
Oh, wait.
Go on, Glenn.
After
What?
Say goodbye.
What? Dra-
Apparently they liked this last time. Fuck you.